Oh, hey. Oh, hey. Where did my chat go, bro? Bro, where did the chat go? Bro, what the fuck? Where did she go? Come back to me. Come back. Well, that's gay. I'm sure it'll come up in a second. Terribly gay. Terribly gay. Terribly gay. That's fine. There it is. There it is. There she is. There she is, guys. Where's my yapper? There he is. Wait, where'd he go? Where is he? Oh, is he not going to come back now? Oh, there he is. Okay, got him. Secured. He's locked in. We're good. I know, you guys are being silenced. Jesus Christ.
Just one of those days where you don't want to wake up. Everything is fucked. Everybody sucks.
You guys, you would just simply not believe it. You would not believe it. There's new Lexity content. You would not believe it. No, it's because I was playing Subnautica last night and I have to move everything around for Subnautica, and so it, like, stutters a little bit. It stutters just a little bit, you know? Very sad. Very sad. We really hate to see it. We really hate to see it. We really hate to see it. All right. Let me get out. I think that I should have, like, my little Lexity list somewhere, don't I? Oh, I do. I still have my list. I still have my list. Look at me. I'm so organized. I'm so organized and well put together. Professional streamer moment. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Professional streamer moment. Let's go. Oh, alright, let's see. Depth of My Ego is here. Starshine is here. I know, I'm spoiling you guys with content. I have a little bit of extra time. Little bit of extra time, which is always so fun. And I'm not even going to lie to you guys. Subnautica is scaring me, but I'm actually kind of having fun playing Subnautica, you guys. I'm kind of having fun, so gotta come back and play some Subnautica for sure. Blush is here. Puppy Dolly is here. Pumpkin Pyrite, RB, Frick the Pirate, High Key, M Dally, Darkstorm, Kaiji, Honeybee, Lavishly Lavender. And we also have Ronin. We've got Demon of Light. How fun. Mars, of course. Paisley, good to see you, bud. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope that you're well. And then we also have DJ Sunny asking, who is Lexity? Worry not. Worry not. I have such sights to show you. Such sights to show you. I know, it's a huge day for gay people. I thought the Lexity well was pretty dry. She took a little hiatus. She's back on... I want to say that she's back on Instagram Reels. I gotta be totally honest with you. I don't entirely remember which one. It's either... I think it's either TikTok or Instagram. I don't remember. I think that she has more control over her audience and, like, the moderation and stuff when she's on Instagram, so I want to say it's on Instagram. Let's take a peek at the subreddit and see if there's anything new. Go sort by new. Yeah, so the newest one is... Yeah, let's see here. She was pretty inactive for a while, guys. It's been about 3 months since she came back. And then 22 days ago, she was live. It looks like this is on Instagram. I think this was on Instagram. And so a recap. I don't smoke in bed. Smile. So this was 11/21/25. I didn't see the live stream. And I think the way that it works on Instagram is, like, if you don't watch it and they don't record it, you're fucked. Like, you don't get to see it again. And I don't know if anybody archived it. But the live recap for 11/21/25 is as follows. She says that she doesn't have BPD, she has autism. Someone asked how her fiancé is, and she says that she doesn't have one. She claims that her fiancé wanted to live in Oklahoma, and Lexity didn't, and that's why they split up. She doesn't like living in the Bible Belt. She says that she's dating, quote, a few people currently. She is 15,000 words into writing a book about aliens called The Taw. She also wants to get back into music and post more music videos. She asked chat what to post videos about, and says that she's running out of fun facts. she is going to start openly looking for a sugar mama. Her exact quote was something like, quote, "I think I'm going to start openly looking for a sugar mama." Very Kim K coded. I'm dropping hints that I'm single. I'm single. Very good, very good. We love to see it. I might find one because why wouldn't I do that, you know, end quote. She didn't explicitly say this, but I got the impression that that's what she was looking for in the first place, pretending to want an actual relationship, but really going for money, no surprise there. Apollo, her dog, is in the van. No sign of the kitten. Apollo got huge and also looks like he needs a good bath and brush. And those are the most recent updates. She was arrested. When was that? That was a little bit ago, wasn't it? That was... How many months ago was that? That was about 5 months ago is when she was arrested. She was arrested for assault on a pregnant person and assault on domestic abuse or assault on a pregnant woman, and then resisting arrest. Those are the 2 charges, and that's from July, very early July. And then she kind of disappeared for a while. She kind of was vanquished into the night. And then in November, she came back and did one stream, but I haven't seen any updates since then. That's the last update that I've seen. I don't follow her on Instagram, I don't think. So I don't even know if she's live. I only know when she's live because other people will tell me that she's live. That's the only reason that I know of it. And I think it was Don't Smoke in Bed and Rigby that were like, Lexity is live. And I said, can you watch it? Because I can't watch it right now. And they said, now. I was like, oh, thanks guys. Very helpful. Very helpful. I love when you guys are very helpful. It's very awesome. Very awesome. So we do have a new Lexity video that we're certainly going to take a peek at this fine afternoon. We're certainly going to do that because it's been a while since we've had some Lexity tent, you guys. It's been a little while. Excuse me. And I think it's time. I think it's time. But first, we obviously have to start with some autism, of course. And then we'll get into it. We obviously have to start with some autism because it's 219 days away from Shambhala, you guys, so I'm in the mood for some autism, okay? I'm in the mood. I'm in a mood. When you hear this song, you go... Crankdat is so sexy as well. Crankdat is so sexy as well. Similar to Kaiwachi. Similar to Kaiwachi, very sexy. Very sexy, okay? Love. Love, love, love. I got another one for you. Got another one for you. If it decides to load. Oh, here we go. Let me start it over. Damn hole. That's some high knees music, you guys. That's some high knee music, okay? That gets your knees nice and high, all right? I'm talking like knees to your collarbones type shit. Like we're going crazy for the high knees rhythm. No, she wasn't in jail for very long, actually. She was only in jail... I think that she was in jail for like a week. She really wasn't there very long. She wasn't there very long. But I'm feeling very whimsical today because it's only 216 days until Shambhala, you guys. Only 216 days. Until I can be whimsical and free once again. Whimsical and free once again. This shit's just so awesome, guys. I love it. I love it.
What's it like being here? This place, it's just so different than what most of us experience in our day-to-day lives.
You come here and you're literally fully immersed.
It's like my pilgrimage every year. It's like my pilgrimage. Like I gotta go home once a year. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Beautiful. 10 out of 10 would recommend. 10 out of 10 would recommend. That song is called Dopamine by Wooly. That's what that song is. If anybody likes that song, it's called Dopamine. And that's where this comes from. This is the second part of the song. Where is it? Drop it. That's the second part of the song. It's so good. I wonder if SoundCloud's working today. Are you excited for the Wook dating show? Yes, I am. I told my wife that we should get divorced so we could go on the Wook dating show. Don't worry, Inky. We'll play catch up as soon as I'm done stimming. As soon as I'm done stimming, we can do that. That's this one. Oh, is this muted? What the fuck? Why is this not playing? Delicious. Delicious wang. Delicious wang. Delicious wang. Yeah, it's quite phenomenal. Quite phenomenal. I love it. I think I told you guys this before, but one of my favorite TikToks is this girl. And she's like, I went to my first rave last night. First, I want to say thank you to everybody for inviting me to their place of worship. But I noticed that everybody knew the words to the songs, but there were no words. If anyone could explain that. And it's true. I know all the words to the songs, but there are no words. Correct. That is correct. There are no words. Dopamine's one of the better EDM songs. Like, there's some that are like pretty good if you like want to get into EDM that are like pretty chill. But they're quite delicious. They're quite delicious wings, if you will. I think like one of the very, like, obviously everybody has heard Skrillex. Everybody. Pendulum is really good, and so is Nero. Those are good, like, old school EDM. Flux Pavilion is another good one that's been around for a while. This is one of the first EDM songs I ever heard. It's called it's by Tomba. It's called Choke on Coke. This is one of the first ones that I heard. Really liked this. This was good. Hang on. It just has to load. He's shy. Hang on. He's a little shy. Hello? There we go. Knife Party is another good one. I really like Pendulum. Like, really like Pendulum. It's one of the very first artists that I really got into pretty heavily. Like, everybody knows this song. Like, everybody knows this song, and then I love this song as well. I like this one a lot. Knife Party is really good. It's like most people start with like house music, and then they progress to like drum and bass, and then they progress to like, you know, dubstep, then they go to rhythm, and then they go to techno. That's usually like the natural progression. But I've always really liked dubstep. I don't like house music at all. I'm starting to like drum and bass a little bit better, but I like the funky drum and bass specifically. Like, some drum and bass is really boring. It's kind of like, I like the spicy drum and bass. So like a good, where, oh, it should be like right here, I think. Because Pendulum is drum and bass. Oh, Subfocus is like really typical. This is typical drum and bass. And so that's like pretty boring drum and bass. I like the spicier drum and bass. So this is the kind of drum and bass that I like. It's usually UK specific drum and bass that is like dirt nasty like this. Swish. Like, I like that better. It's like, it's juicier. You know, it's like, wah, or, you know what I'm saying? I like that a little bit better. And then I've gotten more into hardstyle. I think I said before I really want to go to DEF CON in Amsterdam. I like hardstyle a lot. I saw Sarah Laundry live, and that shit was fucking awesome. That shit was fucking awesome. Big fan of Sarah Laundry. She was really good. But I'm starting to get more into hardstyle, and I think it's cool because like every like subgenre of EDM has like their own thing. So like people that listen to drum and bass, they shuffle. That's like a type of dance. People that listen to hardstyle, they do the gabber, which is a type of dance. Like dubstep people, they headbang. People that listen to like rhythm, they do high knees or like high shuffles, shit like that. People like, and then there's like a thing that all of them do that are like unique to each subculture of EDM. So like bass heads will do the thing where you like grab your arm and you like headbang together, you like rip it really hard. People have like dislocated their shoulders before doing that. I found it actually really cool because people in like the techno community, like in hardstyle specifically, they do it's like there's a like, and there's always specific drops. Like in dubstep, everybody always does the ha ha hee hoo. Like that's always the fucking drop for like really juicy, fat, delicious shit. For hardstyle, it's appa yip yip, like from from Avatar, the cartoon or whatever. But they like throw each other into the air. Like people that headbang, they like grab their hands together and they do like these guys, like in sync on the beat. The hard techno people throw people in the air, and it's so awesome. I want to do this really bad. Like this shit looks so fucking cool. This shit looks so fucking cool. Hang on. That was such a shitty video. There's ones where it's like the whole fucking crowd and they throw, like it's an entire fucking crowd of people getting launched into the air like that. It's fucking awesome. I think it's this one is the one that I'm thinking of. Let me see if I can find it in here because this is like a whole fucking set. It'll probably be like right here, I imagine. If this will ever load, I'll show you. Because I've seen this set before. He like brings his wife up on stage and they do it. I just know. Probably at the end, maybe? I'm having a stroke trying to find this. Like dangerously overstimulated. He's so good. Oh, I love this song. Oh, great song, great song. Where's my fucking Appa Yip Yip? Where is she? Where's my fucking Yip Yip? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? It's in this video somewhere. I just can't. I'm sure that if I open the transcript and I look for Appa Yip Yip, it's not going to help me. I'm sure the transcript is not going to help me here. But we can try, I guess. Yeah, that transcript is like music, 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 applause, music, 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 applause. Music, applause. Yeah, music, applause. Money, applause. Yeah. Oh, this is in Madrid. Sorry, I gotta get my Brianna Woo. I think it's this one. No, not this one. I bet I can find it on TikTok. Let's see. Is it this one? No. Son of a bitch. Why do I have to, like, sign in to TikTok to do this? Like, I'm sorry, I'm not signing into TikTok on my desktop. Not happening. Not happening. Sorry. Okay, here we go. Here we go. This is what I was looking for. Okay. Which one is it? It's not this one. This one. Like, it's just so fucking awesome. Like, I want to do this so bad. It looks so cool. I just want to, like, launch. Like, the fat bitch in your squad is just totally fucked. The fat bitch in your squad is not yip-yipping, unfortunately. But, you know, it is what it is, guys. It is what it is. But, I would love to do that. I think that'd be fucking awesome. I want to learn how to gabber. I can't do it. I can shuffle, but I can't gabber. I can't do it. I saw Aeon mode. Just changed my life. Aeon mode is really good D&B. He's British. The best D&B comes from the British. That's like the one thing that they've done correctly is UK drum and bass is the best. I can shuffle, but I can't gabber. I want to learn how to gabber really bad. I don't know how to do that. And then I think it was Barry, Unbearable, sent this to me. This is cute. Really big fan of this. Never beating the silly weasel 21 allegations. Very sad, very sad. And then, like, look at this stank face. I must be listening to a really good song here. I'm imagining that I'm listening to the legendary Knife Party Tom Morello Battle Sirens remix. I imagine that's what I'm listening to here. So, Tom Morello Knife Party. Yeah, this one. This is probably what I'm listening to, guys, if I had to guess here. So, if I had to guess, this is probably the song that I was listening to. Yeah, dude, shuffling is an excellent workout. It's how I remain so skinny, is shuffling. Tom Morello, a Knife Party. There was one time where I think I can find this here if I go to my comments, because somebody left a comment, and it lives rent-free in my head. It's like the funniest shit I've ever heard in my entire life. Hang on. Yep, so this is... I want this, like, I'm going to print this out and frame this and put it in my room. I think it says, this is from 10 months ago. I forgot how long, boring, and drawn out these types of streams were. They barely go anywhere and consist mostly of rambling, whining, complaining, and Malcolm not knowing where stuff is for 90% of the duration of the stream, and then some random bass takes about great music artists like Tom Morello. I love this comment. This comment lives rent-free in my head, you guys. I'm not even kidding. I think about this all the fucking time. 90% of the time is Malcolm forgetting where he put something and then getting bass takes about great music artists like Tom Morello. I think about this comment all the time. It's like imprinted into my brain. I think it's so funny. I think about it all the fucking time. He got me. He lives in my walls. He got me. I was raped. He got me. Okay, this is the song. This is the great song. This is what I'm making this face to, okay? This is really important. Just can't beat it. That's what I was listening to in this image. That's what I was listening to in this image. I mean, true. It's a nasty fucking drop. I heard that song live and I literally like got down on all fours. I do this thing when there's a song that I really like. I like get down on all fours and I jump like this and I go and I like jump around like that. It's really funny. Everybody that I go to raves with started doing it too. Every time that I hear a song, I do like a I get like really excited. So I heard that live for the first time like 2 years ago, I think. Riot is really good. They're kind of evil, but Death of the Artist, you know, who am I, you know, to judge? Whatever. May he who cast the first stone be sin-free or whatever the fuck. Yeah, right. They're not good people, but Riot, they make really good music, okay? And so that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I know that they're bad ones. I mean, I can show you. Well, not really. The camera doesn't work, but I you know, I like throw it back. I throw it back like this, and then I go like that. That's what I do. I just get so excited. Like the spirit of dubstep takes over my body. It's like I'm possessed by some kind of other entity, I suppose. I don't know. It's not me. It's Dark Malcolm that's at the rave. It's not regular Malcolm. It's Dark Malcolm, you know? Riot served in the IDF and they participated in raids in the West Bank, but they have said like that was fucked up, shouldn't have done it, blah blah blah, whatever. It was actually really fucking funny because when we went to Shambhala, they played at Shambhala, and somebody brought like a 30-foot Palestinian flag and like held it up in front of the stage so they couldn't see anything. It was actually really funny. I was like, "Oh, 07, thank you for your service," but they did serve in the IDF and they were involved in direct military action in the West Bank. So they're definitely controversial within their own right. There's actually a lot of Zionists in the EDM industry. I think Blank is a Zionist. Sippy is a Zionist. Riot are Zionists, obviously. But usually the EDM community is really good about boycotting that kind of stuff. Not Riot. I don't know why not Riot. It's probably because their music is so good. But like Bass Nectar is like a prolific like cult leader rapist. And he gets boycotted everywhere that he goes. He gets like quite literally bullied out of festivals. And then I think it's 12th Planet and who's the other one? Datsick, Bass Nectar, and 12th Planet have been bullied into oblivion. And then Vulgar was like a rhythm group and they got like totally fucked out of existence because they used real Holocaust footage for their visuals and people didn't like that. The EDM community is like very, 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 very woke and progressive. You know, feel about that as you will. But they're pretty good about keeping actually shitty people out of the community, which is really good. But yeah, quite sad. It's quite sad. Oh, you guys saw my holes? I'm so immodest. Dude, not my holes, bro. That's crazy. Not my holes, bro. That's crazy. 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 Okay, so let's check this out. So this is what we're watching today. Danky Jabu made a video on Lexity. Woo! So that's super awesome. We love to see that. This is a long video. I'm sure a lot of this is going to be kind of retreading already known information or whatever. So for people who are asking who Lexity is, worry not. I have my handy dandy Lexity schizophrenic document here. So Lexity is like a pretty big TikTok content creator. She was most popular for doing her fun fact videos. So kind of similar to It's JS, if you know who that is, if you're a TikTok person, where it's like, did you know that things that are poisonous, like you get sick if you eat them, but venomous means if they eat you, then you get sick. Like, you know, like fun little quirky little fun fact videos. That's what she was most known for. But that quickly took a turn for the worst because the lolcow gene was activated by one reason or another. So Lexity is most known for having like insane BPD level crash outs, like just crazy crash outs on live stream. She was homeless allegedly, and then she crowdfunded $30,000 to buy a van and then decided to convert the van into like a DIY, you know, van life kind of thing. And she would convert this on live stream where she was not using like PPE, she was not using the correct tools, and then she was using like asbestos insulation for the van without any kind of protective gear. So obviously everybody freaked the fuck over that. And her response to that was, you can buy me the tools if you want so bad, because I'm a dommy mommy. I don't like being told what to do. So that's kind of where we're coming from. Okay, that's kind of where we're coming from on this. So this is kind of the list of what I have here. So she's also very sexually aggressive and sexually assaultive, and the timeline is, Danky Jabu will probably lay this out in a much more concise way, but this is my list. So she has a couple of allegations where she would meet up with fans in real life and then be sexually aggressive towards them. There was one person that she met up with who claimed that she groped her inappropriately. Another person, Lexity stayed with this person for a few days, and Lexity became very physically aggressive, posturing, spitting, yelling, screaming, that kind of thing. Lexity is also a quote-unquote recovering alcoholic, but somehow continually drinks. And then there's another person named Flowers and Formaldehyde who claims that Lexity came to visit with her as well, and she woke up to Lexity, quote, sniffing her crotch. That's pretty crazy. Early Lexity lore is that she tried to steal a dog. She was living in a trailer park. She ended up getting kicked out of her mom's house for another thing later that we'll talk about. And she was living in a trailer park, and there was this dog that kind of wandered around, and she decided to name the dog and then wanted to keep the dog. The landlord said no. And then she tried to essentially steal this dog, and then she has a monumental level crash out on her live stream being like, I just want my fucking dog! Just freaking out like that, and it's not even her dog. So she has really serious anger issues. She has literal, I'm not kidding, if I was drywall, I would be afraid. Those kind of levels of crash outs, okay? Polycule, a lot of her moderators on her Instagram and her TikTok are in high school. She said that she's the trans Malcolm X, but she also says the N-word, and then she lied about saying the N-word, but there's obviously clips of her saying the N-word, so I don't understand that. She also said that trans people are the most oppressed, so by virtue of being trans, you unlock every slur, which is awesome. I didn't know that, so surprise if you're trans, you can actually say every slur. That's really cool. Write that one down. And then she also hates cis women for some reason, but she only ever sexually pursues cis women. I've never known of her to sexually pursue anybody who is not a cis woman. And then she also makes this argument that dogs can consent to drinking alcohol because dogs will eat rotten fruit, which sometimes can ferment into some type of alcohol or alcohol adjacent hooch kind of thing. But that dogs can eat rotten fruit, therefore they can consent to drinking and consuming alcohol and getting drunk. Which is scary, because if you think that by virtue of a dog curiously eating, shit off the ground or whatever, that means that the dog is willingly consenting to consuming alcohol. Obviously, there's scarier places that can go, which it has, by the way, because there's allegations that she lets her dog lick her dry when she gets out of the shower, which, think about that. She also has her at-home tattoo gun, and she tattoos herself in her asbestos ban without being, clean, sterile in any kind of meaningful way. She also encourages her followers, which are mainly young people, to tattoo her name on their body, which is crazy. I believe that she abuses stimulants. That's my opinion. Her pupils are always blown, even if there's a light in her face. So I believe that she is abusing stimulants. That's my opinion. I don't have anything to substantiate that, of course, but that's my opinion, especially because she goes several days without sleep often, which is indicative of somebody using some kind of stimulant. She suicide baits to her audience pretty regularly. She doesn't care about not safe for work topics and things like that because, quote, minors will see it anyway. And then I said probably a dog fucker because she was the whatever. And then so we interviewed Marcella, who was one of the people that Lexity allegedly abused. That was a really good interview. All of those videos are still on my YouTube channel. If you guys are unfamiliar with the lore of the Lexity universe, you guys are more than welcome to go and check that out at a later date. But I imagine that Danky Jabot is going to kind of recap a lot of this stuff for us, which is going to be very helpful. Because though this is a niche grazing cow, there is quite a lot to it, and she was also recently arrested for domestic abuse in relation to her partner at the time, who was pregnant, and then resisting arrest when she was, confronted. And I will say that there's a pretty sizable Reddit community that A-logs her. To my understanding, that she's not really A-logged on any other site. She's pretty low-key as far as, content is concerned. It seems to be this one active community on Reddit. And to my understanding, there were people in there that were A-logging her and constantly doxing her no matter where she went, which I find to be deeply inappropriate. And there was also an instance where CPS was called on her partner because at the time that Lexity was living with this woman who she later on went to allegedly assault, she was arrested, she wasn't convicted. Somebody had called CPS on her, which I think is crazy. you guys don't know these fucking people, okay? Like, why drag the child into this? That's kind of fucking crazy. And I remember for a while there some of the Reddit was kind of snarky about a lot of people that were covering this, and it's like, you know, you're not better than any other of the A-logging sites just because you guys gender Lexity correctly, because you guys are arguably doing worse by actively doxing every place that she goes to in her van, and you guys are way worse by actively going out of your way to try to interfere with her in real life. To my understanding, and this has been deleted off of the Reddit, but early in on the Reddit, there were a lot of people talking about potentially doing like honeypots to like try and meet up with her in real life to get content, which I also find inappropriate. You know, the good cows will milk themselves. They don't need your help, that kind of thing. So, you know, disclaimer, of course, that I think that all of that's vastly inappropriate. The good ones are they're self-maintaining. They don't need you to help them. You know, they make content on their own. They don't need your help to do it. So that's my opinion on all that.
Lexity or Anastasia is a TikTok comfort creator.
Let's go ahead and lock in and see what Denki Jabu has to say on all of this, shall we? Let's speed this up. Wait, hang on. Hang on. Sorry, I gotta speed it up. No, I'm sorry.
Lexity or
because sometimes like the playback speed doesn't work. Unfortunately. That's fine. Okay.
Anastasia is a TikTok comfort creator, which I say in heavy quotation marks because the longer this person has been on the internet for, the less comfortable they've become. There are a whole host of victims under this person's name. They are undeniably abusive and just recently got done for hitting a pregnant woman. So yeah, certainly an interesting individual, and I will be covering everything regarding this person.
Oh, hang on. Let me change to my trans on trans gif. Hang on. My bad. I have the wrong one up. Where's my gifs? I need trans on trans violence. Okay, sorry. There we go. Better.
Awesome. But first, thank you all so much for 300,000 subscribers. We did it. We finally got to it by the end of the year. There was a real risk that we wouldn't get to it, and I was genuinely worried there for a little bit, but you guys showed out, right? You pulled through. And I really do genuinely. It is a bit funny that we just got the 100k plaque like last week as I hit 300,000, but you know, I still have this thing.
Love to see it. Love to see it.
One of the older videos, but I've still got this sort of whiteboard painting thing that my girl drew me when I hit 100k, and now we're at 300k. All right, now you're gonna have to blow a cock on the bottom right. So yeah, man, it really does mean the world to me. This job is an absolute dream come true, and I really can't thank you guys enough. Enough of that though, because realistically, who actually cares? Let's start talking about Lexity, otherwise known as Anastasia. I think they've changed their name a few times, but currently they go by Anastasia. You can have a look at her TikTok over here with 140,000 followers. I think that they've been deleted a few times, so I'm not sure about. And they've also got a very fluctuating follower count. They've lost a lot. They've gained a lot. It's one of them accounts. They got popular, sort of discussing mental health topics, a lot of fun fact videos that work their way into the algorithm, as well as sort of songs every now and then. And unironically, they're actually.
Ooh, guys, I totally forgot about the beatboxing. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Slay! Oh my god. Slay.
Whose video was that in? That was in Riley's video, wasn't it? Riley Elena also has really good coverage of Lexity, in my opinion. Riley Elena, let me go to her YouTube channel really quick. Right here. This person does really good Lexity coverage. This person right here, Riley Elena. Really good. Highly recommend. Okay, where's the beatboxing part of this? I think it's in this one. Hang on. I have to find my emotional support beatboxing clip. Hang on, guys.
Look, you can...
Hang on. Is it this one?
Was somehow relevant to the story. Attributes, even at one more into sweet green. That very little TikTok dance of a picture is down complex hyperization.
Okay, I'll just go to the transcript. I thought that I could eyeball it. That was a lie. I couldn't eyeball it. Fuck.
Once again, but still, silence stays the same.
She is also very into beatboxing, as a lot of her early TikTok content especially focuses on her beatboxing skills. Now, I don't know anything about the standards of beatboxing. However, I will say, as an amateur, some of this is pretty intense.
Oh my god. Slay. Oh my god. Slay. Oh my god. Slay. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, slay. Slay.
Like, we're just messing around, guys. We're just messing around. We're just having fun. We're just messing around. Guys, one's in chat if you want me to learn how to beatbox. Guys, one's in chat if you want me to learn how to beatbox. One's in chat.
Quite talented musically. I don't mean in terms of like singer-songwriting, but they are quite the beatboxer. Like, have a look at this. This is
oh, you fucking bitch! He puts it in the video anyway.
Genuinely mind-blowing.
We get it twice. Like, this is pretty good. This is pretty good. This is pretty good. This is pretty fire. I'm not gonna be
That's pretty cool. Like, I'm not even...
I'm not gonna be like a universal hater. That's actually pretty sweet. That's actually pretty sweet. That's pretty cool, but...
You know, Cap, that's cool.
Also cool. Also cool.
That one not so much, but whatever. You get the point, right?
Those are cool. Those are cool. Does anybody know how to play the spoons, guys? Anybody know how to play the spoons? Really important question. Slight tangent. Anybody know how to play the spoons? Because I would love to learn how to play the spoons. Anybody? Anybody? Anybody willing to teach me how to play the spoons? Please respond, not clickbait.
She also has this really fun quirk where at the start of all of her videos, she refers to she goes like, oh, hello, sweet pea. She refers to the audience as sweet pea, which you can even see in the middle of that sentence. I cringed a little bit because I realized just like, oh god, that is awful. I don't like that at all.
Hey, sweet peas. Hey, gorgeous.
Oh, that way they switched up on that one. Gorgeous.
Hey, sweet peas. Hey, sweet pea. Hey, sweet pea. Hey, sweet peas. Hey, sweet pea.
Hey, queer platonic bestie mates. How we're starting every stream from here on out. Hey, queer platonic besties. Hey, queer platonic besties. Welcome back to the channel, queer platonic besties. Queer platonic besties, what's up? That's what we're gonna do now. You guys have been renamed, sorry.
Hey, sweet pea. Hey, sweet pea. Hey, sweet pea. Hey, sweet pea. Hey, gorgeous. Hey, sweet pea.
Okay, so they seem to change between hey gorgeous and hey sweet pea, maybe depending on how they feel that day. But what I can say for sure is that I really don't like it. I fucking despise it. I hate it. I don't like it. I don't even like when YouTubers like come up with names for their audience. It just comes across to me as such like blatant. I've taken a YouTube 101 course and they said that we need to call my subscribers something so that they feel as though they're part of the community or some shit. I've never been a fan of that. I've always thought it was giga cringe.
This is basically your guys' YouTube channel, if you think about it. It's basically yours. True.
And for those coming at me who are like, oh no, you called your fans danky giblets that one time. I never intended for that to stick.
Danky giblets? Oh.
And I really hope it hasn't,
Oh.
actually. I said that once, and you man just ran rampant with it. I've got about 50 Instagram followers with the username Danky Giblet, and it's infuriating, honestly. It's like, do you guys know what a giblet is? It's like the little ugly bit of the chicken or turkey that no one wants or likes. Anyway, just for context again, here's a fun fact video that she made, and she was so popular for.
Good morning. Have you ever noticed how a lot of button-ups have like a slightly different pattern on the inside of the cuff than they do on the rest of the shirt? Let's say you can do something that I've heard called an Italian roll. If you fold it up once so that the bottom edge of the cuff lines up with where your elbow is underneath the shirt, then you fold over the folded part once and work it a little bit to get it all flattened out, you'll end up with like this shape where you have like all three layers.
Here's one more. This one got a lot more views. This was like their first claim to fame. I think the first video that they made that went viral.
What's the proper etiquette when you pick up a rock and there's a cool bug underneath and you want to put the rock back? Do you put the rock back on top of the bug? Because I feel like I might squish the bug, but if I put the rock back next to the bug, I feel like I've ruined the bug's little hideaway. I don't know. I just want to be polite to bugs. I love them, you know?
Sort of spitting bars on that.
I love bugs. You guys ever see that movie Bug's Life? It really makes you think, doesn't it? It really makes you think.
Well, I'll give her that like. But you can see a large part of her community as well. It's just sort of these comments thirsting over her. I was mostly focusing on how beautiful you are. Yeah, bug cool. Blah, blah, blah. Proper name, place name, backstory stuff. I love bugs too, but anyway, are you single? If you called me cute, I'd faint actually. This one here calling her gorgeous as well. I'd want you to take me and the rock home, so I don't know.
Listen, everybody has their taste, okay? Everybody has different opinions on physical attractiveness. I personally would just say pass. That's me. I would say pass, but you know, everybody's entitled to their opinion. It's a free country.
But you can see here, like, she definitely plays into the whole people think that she's very attractive sort of thing.
Hey cutie, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Humans are animals, and they need to experience fight or flight every once in a while. And if you don't put yourself in fight or flight, your body will put you in fight or flight for you, and it will be a lot less comfortable if you don't know what's happening. So go do something crazy. Go do something that gets your adrenaline pumping and your
Guys, literally rob a liquor store, do it. Who cares? Guys, you need to practice regulating your adrenal gland. I want you guys to rob a bank. Just do it. You know, practice for when the end of the world comes. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, do it. It's good for you.
heart racing. Ask a stranger if they want to kiss you. I don't know. Watch a horror movie. Get a piercing.
To be fair, that is true. You know, you want a bit of fight or flight every now and then. The hot water went off in my flat for like a day, and oh my god, it was awful. I had to take a cold, like an ice cold shower. The heating was off completely, so it was the coldest that the shower possibly.
Why could you just like not wait to take a shower? I don't think that I would take the cold. I think I would just wait. Or I would like text somebody and be like, hey, can I come and take a shower at your house? I don't have hot water. I don't know. Okay.
He could have been. I would show you guys the video, but I don't want to end up on one of them like sort of weird men moaning fetish accounts, which I definitely would end up on if I showed you the video, by the way. Because the noise
men moaning fetish account
is extruding from my body are not ones that I'm comfortable being public, to put it lightly. This video would need to hit like 40,000 likes before I even started to think about it. But yeah, man, I feel as though like this sort of thirsting that a lot of people have exhibited over her has definitely played into her ego and sort of allowed her to think that she has the ability to get away with the things that we will later talk about her doing, because she is like unbelievably entitled and unhinged, as you'll soon see. Anyway, before we go into that, we'll have a look at more of the like relationship type content that she's been making. These are important to remember later because she breaks pretty much all of these rules that she sets out, and also there's a lot of them that have specifically been set out very obviously so that she can like use them to defend herself if need be. You'll know what I mean. I'll show you the videos now and you'll see what I mean.
I'm gonna tell you about some more red flags that you should definitely avoid in a relationship. If they can't lose to you graciously, like let you know more about something or lose to you in a game without getting upset, well, you should avoid that person, because maybe that person is just using you as a prop to make themselves feel superior, and you don't want to find yourself in that position.
Dude, if we're playing Monopoly, I'm winning, and that's the end of the conversation. Okay? You can think that's a red flag, Okay, if we're playing Monopoly, I'm winning. There's no other option, so.
Position, because a person like that is going to avoid things that you're talented and good at just to make themselves feel good. They only want to engage in things that they're better than you at. You don't want that. You want somebody who's going to build you up and engage in your talents to make you feel good and special, don't you? And on that note, another red flag you should avoid is people who can't fill your needs, or rather people who get mad at you when you have needs. Like if you tell someone that you have a need and instead of empathizing with you about that need or trying to
My need is that I need $1,000, and if you guys don't meet that need, then like you're abusive. And that's a massive red flag. I think that you're violating my boundaries. You will be hearing from me in the form of a 200-page Google document expose. Thanks so much.
fill that need, they just get mad at you for having needs.
Okay, so remember that, you know, being able to control your anger when things aren't going your way, right? To paraphrase slightly loosely. If you want to get really specific, sort of avoiding things that you know your partner is better than you at, which I suppose on a level is a totally reasonable thing to want to avoid. But if it's like, I don't know, if your partner's a fucking chess grandmaster and you've never played in your life, obviously you're not going to want to play them in chess. I'm going to say this part extra.
I am, like, just definitionally better at everything. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, I just can't relate. This just isn't relatable to me. Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you.
Loudly, so that my girlfriend hears me and comes in and gets really mad. See, my girlfriend can't do anything with me because I'm just so much better than her at everything that she never wants to do anything with me.
So true.
You hear the footsteps? Here she comes. What are you talking about?
You mean cheeky?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Right, okay.
Well, it's true though, isn't it?
What?
Whenever we go out to fun fairs and there's shooting games, you never want to play them with me because of how you got embarrassed the first time. Remember what happened? You want to know what happened? But do you want to reiterate what happened? But do you want to say what happened when we had the shooting game?
My gun was broke.
No, it wasn't actually. No, because I took your gun and I shot.
Okay, thank you.
Recommends you should make the first move and take responsibility.
That's true, I guess, like
Take
especially
some
the last half.
responsibility,
Like, when
guys.
someone asks you to apologize or tells you that you need to do it, when you eventually do it, it means fuck all. Like, because you've been told you need to do it, it means nothing at that point. Or at the very least, it's like a 80% less substantial. But with that first bit, I'm not sure I'm on that. Because it isn't possible to feel the way that you have made someone else feel. Like, I don't know, some fucking white kid microaggressors against, like, you know, a black dude. As much as they might feel bad for it, they might feel some sympathy, they might feel regretful for what they did, they can't really empathize and feel the way that they made said person feel and apologize for that reason, right? And to claim that they could is equally as ignorant as whatever the microaggression was. Probably more so, in fact. Yeah, I mean, it's just impossible to feel exactly how others feel. That's why the term empath is so fucking infuriating to me. I think
True. If somebody says that they're an empath, you guys, you have to run. You have to trust me on this one. If somebody says that they're an empath, they're actually like Jeffrey Dahmer, waiting to eat you in not a hot way, okay, in like a cannibal way. Like, people who self-describe as empaths are probably closet serial killers. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. They're crazy. They're crazy. I can just intuit your feelings. I just know what you're feeling. I just know because I'm an empath, babe. Trust me. I know.
empathy is a fine word if you play with it sort of fast and loose. Like, I understand loosely how you might feel because I've been in similar situations and that, but you cannot feel the exact feeling. It's just not possible. Whenever people claim that they can or that they are like actual empaths, all it says to me is, I have a god complex and you need to stay away from me at all costs.
True. He's so correct. He's so correct. I'm sorry, bitch. You can't mind read me. All right. Your tarot cards are not telling you my true thoughts or intention. And the problem with people that proclaim to be empaths is that they'll ascribe intent to you, or they'll have a belief about you, and they think that they can intuit it, but you can't. And so you can never convince them out of that, right? Like, if Phoenix says, Malcolm, I'm an empath, and I think that you're actually really fucking upset about losing Subnautica. I think you're really fucking upset about it. I can feel it. I'm an empath. I can tell that you're really upset. And I say, I'm actually not upset at all because I didn't actually like lose any of my progress. I'm not mad at all. I'm actually completely fine. And Phoenix is like, no, because like you're being defensive right now. You're deflecting. Like you aren't actually being honest with me because I know that you're upset. They feel like they know your true internal state, and they cannot.
Blame every bad behavior that I exhibit on my empath trait.
I'm just making this video to remind myself why I'm breaking up with my partner. They told me that they wanted me to be a man, just a man. I'm omnigender, so I'm a man and a woman, but telling me that you want me to be just a man is wishing me to be someone I'm not, and that's really gross. They abandoned me when my tires got slashed, which was a hate crime, and I really needed their emotional support.
It was a hate crime to be abandoned? It was a hate crime to get dumped. Dude, this is fucking Kino. I can't wait to like gaslight and manipulate everyone. You can't stop being my friend because you're abandoning me, and that's abuse. You can't. Sorry. No, you have to pay for my brunch. I know that you only got a salad, and I got a mimosa flight and 2 entrees and an appetizer. I know, but you're abandoning me if you don't pay the bill. I don't know what to tell you. You asked me to come to brunch, so stop abandoning me and get out your fucking credit card. Get those points, rack them up.
But they broke up with me because they didn't want to wake up with me. I waited several hours for them to wake up, which I do every day because I sleep less than...
Awaken. Ayahuasca, guys, don't do it, okay? Don't ever do it. What is the song? I really like this. It makes me think of this, okay? I was hate crimed because my friend did not pay for my bottomless mimosas. It's true. It is correct. My bottomless mimosas were not paid for by someone else, which is crazy. Which is crazy if you think about it. My is being so slow. Hang on. Let me see if I can get this. Oh, I love this song. This song just like tickles my brain in the best way. We'll see if it'll go. It's being very slow today. SoundCloud is back up, but it's just taking its time.
Why are we here? Your awakening. Your rebirth. Your transformation. I don't understand. Awakening is not changing who you are, but discarding who you are not.
Me after I put mushrooms in my coffee. Just kidding, don't do that.
Them. However, every day they tell me that I don't wait for them to wake up, and they get mad at me when I eventually wake them up because I have to exist in the space because I'm not just going to wait forever. What else? Oh, when my mother kicked me out of my house, they abandoned me. They broke up with me. They broke up with me because...
Ooh, I totally forgot this. Important lore. Totally forgot this. So Lexity was living with mom. Lexity's mom and dad not together. I don't think that we know anything about dad at this point. I don't think we know. However, Lexity lived with mom. Lexity was an adult. Lexity's mom had OC, or has OCD, and like was very meticulous about how the house was cleaned or something like that. Lexity's mom left to go and do something, like stay at a friend's house or something like that. Came back, house was super fucked up, went into the room to confront Lexity, and Lexity had somebody over, like, and they were both naked in bed, and so Lexity had like a level 27 nuclear fallout, Hiroshima, like the reactor is responding negatively to the water exposed, you know, to the core or whatever. Level fucking meltdown about this. And then there was actually a protective order that was put in place by the mom against Lexity, and then that got dropped later for whatever reason. I don't think that there was ever an explanation as to why that was dropped, but I could imagine obviously there are circumstances where people feel pressure in one way or another to not pursue protective orders, especially if Lexity said, I'm gonna fuck off, I won't stay here or whatever. It's like, okay, well then why continue with the protection order? I don't pretend to understand the inner workings of that, but there was at one point a protective order against the mom because the mom committed the cardinal sin of walking into Lexity's room after Lexity fucked the house up to be like, what the fuck did you do to the house? And then Lexity happened to have somebody over, and that was like a level 10 crash out.
Because I asked for them to support me right before I was going on stage at an event where I was going to play flute boxing, and I wanted them to be there for me, and they chose to chop onions instead of doing that, despite the fact that the people they were working with were telling them that they would be willing to chop the onions for them and gave them every opportunity to leave, and I'm very upset about that because I had spent the entire day, well, actually several weeks, supporting them in exactly what they needed.
Like, you can't tell me that this isn't like meth-induced psychosis. You can't tell me that.
To do. They broke up with me for, like, my mom kicking me out of my house, and then when their dog died, well, their dog died several days before that, actually.
Well, what the dog doing? What was going on?
Our dog died several days before that, but they called me and were like, oh, so you just don't even care about it? You're just going to ignore me? And they bullied me into helping them through their loss, while simultaneously giving me no emotional support.
I can't believe that I was gaslit, abused, and raped because somebody wanted support because their pet died. That's crazy. That's insane.
Through my problems, because they're incredibly selfish and manipulative, and I should never get back together with them. And this is me telling you and myself.
Okay, this is important as well, because this is the start of an ongoing trend that will never end with this person. She has a habit of going over stories and retelling them in ways where she has never done anything wrong whatsoever, and the other party is completely guilty, which will be important later, because she herself says that, like, stating things and explaining things like that is a huge red flag when one of her victims comes out and says similar things. Not even.
That's literally, like, that's how I look at my life. That's how I look at every relationship and engagement that I've ever had. If you hurt my feelings or do something that I don't like, you're actually ontologically evil, and you're possessed by a demon, and you're trying to kill me. And so, anything I do is just self-defense, right? Like, you beat me at Call of Duty Warzone, you must want me to be killed and abandoned in a field somewhere, like chained to a post and kicked like a beat dog. Therefore, I'm gonna blow your shit up because, yeah, you're ontologically evil because you beat me at Call of Duty Warzone. Write that down.
Naturally, she was a lot more charitable now that I think about it, but we'll get onto that later, don't you worry. In terms of the ex that they're talking about here, though, yeah, maybe they were an asshole, who fucking knows. We don't know much about this ex. There is a partner that we do know a little bit about, that we learn a little bit about, one that she visits regularly in, like, the caravan, I think, that she lives in.
I can't remember who it was. It might have been Riley. I don't remember who it was, but somebody, there was either, I remember seeing a video clip of, or somebody interviewed the ex. I don't know if it was the same one. It was the one about the dog. I remember, I'm having, like, vague recollections of this. Somebody mind melt with me. It was like an ex. She had on like glasses and like it looked like a knit beanie. It was gray. Terrible lighting. Like on a phone. And it was talking about the dog thing where she was like, I tried to tell, you know, Lexity that it wasn't that big of a deal. Like we could not take the dog, even if the landlord said it was fine or whatever. Like we could not take the dog. Like the dog belonged to somebody else or whatever. Somebody mind melt with me. I can't remember if that was like a video that I saw, like a video that person posted, or if there was an interview. I think it might have been in Riley's video. I can't remember. But there was an ex at one point that talked about the dog situation, because obviously that's crazy. Obviously, like stealing a fucking dog is insane. That's crazy. Like you just see a dog and you're like, this is mine now, even though the dog has like a collar and an owner. Kind of crazy. But I vaguely remember this happening.
And that's a whole drama. It's a real big doozy, so stay tuned for that. That'll be the next topic we talk about after these relationship videos. This one here is pretty vital to understanding Anastasia.
All emotions are actually equally valid, and that includes anger, actually. It's not like the one exception to the all emotions are valid rule. It's not any more or less abusive than any of the other emotions, like sadness. You can manipulate someone by crying at them or just being really...
I do this a lot. I cry at people. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean you guys haven't got any memberships? What are you talking about? I just thought that maybe, like, if you cared about me, that you would, like, buy or gift a membership. Or, like, if you cared about other people, even, because there's other people that don't have memberships. Like, I just thought that, like, I thought more highly of you, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. I just expected more, and maybe that was my fault. Maybe my mother was right about you. Based.
Sad and self-destructive around them, you know, just like you can by screaming at them. And why would one of these things be more inherently abusive than the other one?
I would suppose because screaming is a lot more in your control. Obviously, there are times, if you have, you know, certain mental illnesses like BPD, which I believe that Anastasia is actually diagnosed with, although on recent lives, she has said, no, she doesn't have BPD, but she has autism. Either which way, for sure, there are, you know, certain mental illnesses or blockers or just, you know, things that certain people have that make holding back screams or, you know, quickness to anger a lot more difficult. But I think it is completely fair to say that generally, for the majority of people, it is a lot harder to fake cry than fake scream. Like, pretty much everybody can scream, unless you, I don't know, don't have a mouth. It takes, you know, genuine skill.
Dude, it would be like that part. Who was it? Oh, it was Bunny Chan's editor, roommate person. They didn't have a jaw. I'm opening the Matrix with my mind. I can see everything. Bro, what if they don't have a jaw, bro? They'd probably be dead.
To be able to cry on command. I couldn't do it. To save my fucking... I'd have to, like, punch myself in the face a few times. But I could never be like, I'm gonna manipulate this person by crying or something.
Oh, dude, I could totally cry on demand. I just have to think about that. I have to think about Wild Geese by Barry Oliver, and then Waterworks, you know? Maybe you sit down and you watch Schindler's List. You know, it's possible, okay? If you think about something sad for long enough, you can totally do it, but...
I could, theoretically, manipulate someone by, like, screaming at the top of my fucking lungs, especially if I know that said person is just one of them people that sort of crumbles as soon as they get yelled at, which a lot of people are like that. They just start crying uncontrollably when people yell at them. Theoretically, just to be clear, theoretically, I wouldn't actually do that. Watch in 5 years, like, I'm gonna get exposed for some heinous shit, and they're gonna use it. This clip's gonna look real bad if that happens, which it won't, of course.
As long as you're not actually
Why do people do this? I don't know, one day I might be exposed for being an evil manipulator, but it's definitely not gonna happen, guys. I feel like less is more sometimes.
According to physical violence, there's no reason that screaming at someone is worse than crying at them. They're both just ways of inducing an emotional reaction in that person, right? And if you're...
Well, you have to think about, like, the reason that yelling and screaming at somebody is bad and crying, quote-unquote, at somebody, whatever the fuck that means, is not as bad, is because, like, one is, like, an outburst of negative, like, emotions and rage, right? And in a vacuum, emotions aren't bad. It isn't bad to be mad. It isn't bad to be angry. It isn't bad to be, you know, rage-fueled or whatever. These aren't bad emotions. Emotions aren't bad. They're neutral. It's what you do with them. If you're so fucking mad at somebody that you're screaming at them, that's kind of like a negative action. But if you're so upset with a situation that your response is to cry, like, that makes a little bit of sense. And it's gonna depend as well on the other person involved, right? I don't think that anybody likes being fucking screamed at. I can't think of, like, anybody that's like, yes, I can't wait to get fucking screamed at. That's so awesome. Yes. I can, however, you know, make room for people who are like, you know, if somebody was crying, I'd probably be uncomfortable. But I mean, they're upset. Like, I understand, like, your mom just died. I totally understand it. And it's like, you're taking that emotion out on another person, right? Like, if you're crying, you're just like crying, right? But if you're yelling at somebody, you're using that, you're like channeling that to like project that onto somebody else. Versus if you're just crying, like, you're just crying. But yelling at someone is like targeting that in like a way, right? A way. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You guys know what I'm saying. You guys know. You're empaths. You know. I don't even have to say anything. We can sit here in silence and you guys already know what I'm going to say because we're empaths together.
Using that to coerce them, maybe it's the coercion that's the problem. Like, ignoring your emotions doesn't actually make them go away anyways. So if you feel...
Yeah, I completely agree. Don't smoke in bed. I think that Lewis McClung should get back to me very quickly regarding the podcast idea that I had about reading books, okay? And I think that Don't Smoke in Bed would be an excellent addition to this podcast, as well as a lover of books. I think that'd be awesome. I don't mean in the sense where, like, you know, Don't Smoke in Bed, like, is sexually attracted to books, but just, like, you know, loves books, like, as friends, you know, like, just as platonically loves books, you know? I just wanted to quantify that, of course.
Feel angry, you need to express that anger in some way, or you're just gonna have it come out in ways that you're not prepared for and aren't even aware of, maybe. And that's way worse for everyone involved, I promise. Like,
Yeah, but that's not really an excuse to scream at your partner. There are healthier ways to let your anger out than fucking yelling at your partner. I think crying at your partner is undeniably healthier than yelling at them. And to act as though they're on the same level is just, it's ridiculous in my opinion. And the only reason, well, I say the only reason, one of the reasons why she is saying this is because she has a tendency, as we learn later, to scream. And I mean yell for hours on end at her partners, right? We see some of it in her life.
Have you guys seen that video of the lady that got pulled over by the cop and the cop didn't use a turn signal? And she's like, he didn't use his turn signal!
Are you gonna give him a ticket?
That's like Lexity, like in every single video, just for the record. Just for the record. It's also been revealed to me by in a dream. I saw this come to me in a dream. Apparently Lio is doing a stream about me, which I think is actually really funny. Which is, oh my god, it's starting right now. Wow, so cool. You know, we can just talk, you know? We can just sit down over a couple of Big Macs, some XXL Big Gulp Dr. Peppers. Let's talk about it, okay? I find it very interesting that we're gonna do an entire fucking stream when we're too fat and cowardly to have a conversation. I think that's very, I think that's very sad, actually. I think that's very sad, actually. I think that it would be a little bit easier to just have a conversation. That's totally fine. Knock yourself out, bud. Knock yourself out. Break a leg, as they say, you know?
So TikToks, which we'll get into later.
When are you going to react to Lio reacting to you reacting to Lio? Never. Lio knows that he can just talk to me. Like, I don't care. If he wants to make 700 fucking streams and increase his blood pressure to the point where he's going to have, like, cardiac arrhythmia and die in his sleep, he's more than welcome to, or he could just, like, grow the fuck up and have the conversation. Like, what is the utility of Lio doing a stream, talking shit about me watching the stream of Lio talking shit about me so I can talk shit about Lio. So Lio can then do another stream watching him, watching me, talking shit about him, watching me, watching him, talking shit about him to me. When we could just have a conversation. Like, why would we play this, like, gay telephone? Why do we have to play telephone? Why can't we just talk? Sounds like a waste of everyone's time.
But her partners as well. Like, a large part of the abuse that she exhibits towards her partners is just yelling incessantly for hours over, realistically, fucking nothing. And a lot of the reactions in these partners is to cry, because having someone yell at you for hours on end, for many people, is quite a difficult experience, and it can lead to tears. So this video here is her trying to say, well, if I yell at you and you start crying, then we are equally as guilty as each other, in a way. I truly do believe that is what she is trying.
Also, really quick, I'm noticing this. This is for Lio Convoy. If you're not Lio Convoy, keep scrolling. Just so you know, Lio, I could have given you the PNG because my background is still on here. I know that you just, like, removed the background. I could have given you the transparent one so you didn't have, like, the red tie-dye in the background. You could have just messaged me and I would have sent you the actual PNG because, like, look at how shitty this looks with the background like this. Like, I could have helped you there. You know, DMs are always open, bud.
to get across here, but just, you know, saying it in a smoother way where maybe she can sort of come back to this video later on and be like, I knew they were manipulating me with their fucking tears.
Shove anger down and pretend it doesn't exist. And when someone is angry, you can't just pretend like you don't have a part to play in that. Like, yeah, you might not want to change anything. They might be the one who is in the wrong in that situation, but you are definitely responsible.
What? Sorry, this is like fucking victim blaming 101. Like, what is this? Just because you're being yelled at, it doesn't mean that you have a part to play in it or that you're responsible. That's like saying if someone cheats on you, you need to look back at your behavior and try to figure out what you did wrong to make them cheat on you. It's like, no, most of the time, in cheating at least, like, they're just a fucking asshole. It's not your fault. If someone is getting abused, you should not be telling them that they are undeniably responsible for the abuse that they're getting. Maybe suggesting that looking back and trying to figure out where the red flags were and seeing where they could have sort of stepped out or behaved differently is completely fair enough, but to say that they are directly responsible for the abuse that they are enduring is
Bylonic for the $4.99. If I'm not mistaken, thinking that others emote to manipulate is a narcissist mindset. Very, very true. Thank you, Bylonic, for the $4.99. Everybody witness, please. And that's part of the thing is like the comorbidity and like the overlap of symptomology and the differential diagnosis between NPD and BPD it's a little bit tricky because they can manifest very similarly, but they have very different motivations. So, for example, like somebody who is borderline sees emotional reactions as them doing something wrong, and therefore they have to overcorrect or course correct because they think that because this person is having a big emotional reaction that they're going to abandon you, right? So let's say that me and Bylonic are best friends. We do everything together. We, you know, hold hands and skip down the street to go and get brunch, you know, on every Saturday because we love each other so much. And let's say that Bylonic and I get into an argument, and Bylonic is really upset and really hurt, and Bylonic starts crying when we're having this conversation. If I had BPD, I would probably think, oh fuck, dude, it's over. Bylonic is never gonna want to be my friend anymore. Bylonic fucking hates me. Bylonic is so fucking upset with me. We can never move past this. Like, oh my fucking god, like, the only reason that Bylonic is acting like this is because Bylonic must hate me. I don't even know what to do right now. Like, oh my god, like, this big reaction means that everything's coming to an end. Crescendo, curtains. It's done. No more brunch with Bylonic. Somebody who is narcissistic will also have like a grandiose gut reaction to that emotion, but it's not in the sense of like trying to do damage control or in a sense to try to like desperately retain the relationship by like overcompensating for whatever the wrong was. A narcissist will look at things like that and say, Bylonic actually isn't even that upset. Bylonic wants me to apologize for what? For what? I didn't do anything. Bylonic is overreacting. I have nothing to apologize for. Bylonic is trying to cry because Bylonic wants me to feel bad, but I don't have to feel bad because I didn't fucking do anything, right? So you can see how when there's like this kind of overreaction to an emotional response, it's easy to have a hard time like distinguishing the two because both might have like a really explosive reaction. Like somebody who's a narcissist might crash the fuck out and be like, why the fuck are you crying, Bylonic? Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, what? Why are you so upset right now? And somebody who has BPD might also in the same vein be like, I don't understand why you're upset right now. Like, I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. But the narcissist will believe that the emotional response is contrived and not authentic, and trying to invoke a specific controlled response in the individual, that it's not a real emotion, it's intended to manipulate, right? Yeah.
Insane, especially for someone who talks about relationships and that for a fucking living, it seems. Like, they make so many of these, and they come across, well, they try to come across as like such a soft-hearted expert about it, but like, fuck me. What is this rhetoric that is being parroted here?
When someone is crying because of you, like, yeah, they might be unreasonable and they might be manipulating you, but you still are responsible on some level for them crying. And if you care about that relationship, you need to address that responsibility, right? You ignoring someone being mad at you or ignoring someone being sad at you is you choosing to give up on that relationship.
But what if the reason is so unbelievably petty that it does not even constitute like a level of responsibility? Like, I don't know, let's say you're in the house with your man and you drop a glass cup. The glass cup is like £2. It's not a big loss at all. It's just a couple minutes to clean up and you're fine and down.
£2? I hate it, bro.
Man, but like either gender could be equally as
What the fuck is a quid? That sounds like a bird. Like a more gay quail. What's a quid? What does that even mean? What's a quid? What is that? British people.
Guilty of this. It doesn't really matter, right? Let's say your partner, after you dropping said glass, fucking yells at you for hours on end. Like, just incessant yelling, calling you the worst things in the fucking book. It's like, yeah, I suppose that there is a reason for them to be shouting. I suppose you have done something that in some sick and twisted way makes you responsible for their shouting. But like, if we're really being honest about this and looking at it in good faith, it's not your fucking fault. And they're the ones being unreasonable here. You are not to blame. In any healthy relationship, any healthy or decent person would go, you know, maybe be angry for like a split second, control themselves, realize, oh wait, this is nothing. Don't worry about it. Especially if you love that person, it's like, what the fuck is a couple minutes to clean up and $2?
Is a British pound? What the fuck is a pound? What is a pound?
nothing. I think for most people, there wouldn't even be that little spurt of anger at the beginning. Definitely not with me. It'd be like, my
£1 sterling. That, cool. You're fucking speaking gibberish to me. I don't know what that means. How much money, how much real money is that? How much real money is that?
It's fuck all, it means nothing. This video is actually worrying though, because like, it feels to me as though she has been that person on the end of the abuser who has been yelling at someone, right? And she's making this video as like cope, to be like, well.
Oh, give me 1 second. I can hear my cat. He's beginning to become restless. He craves sustenance. So hang on really quick. I'm gonna go piss girl really quick. Feed the beast. I'm going to feed the beast. And I'm gonna have a little smoky pokey and get another non-alcoholic bush, and we'll be right back and we'll finish, or we'll not finish, this is kind of a long video, but we will continue on the Lexity course, okay? Everybody behave, I'll be back in just a moment. Here's your key jingling, goodbye. Okay, I'm back. I am back. Oh, fuck. My back hurts so bad. I slept weird last night, and, you know, it just didn't Being old is terrible, you guys. Being old sucks. Being old fucking sucks. Okay. Okie dokie, artichokes. Let's pick up where we left off, shall we? Let's pick up where we left off. Pick up where we left off.
Well, look, if you're being yelled at, it is your fault. Like, you did
True.
You did drop the glass. Like, you shouldn't have been so careless. Obviously, yeah, he shouldn't be yelling at you, but there is reason for him to do so. I don't know, man. Maybe there's some sort of point being made here that I don't understand, but it sounds pretty fucking crazy to me. Like, I do believe this is dangerous rhetoric for a supposed relationship TikToker to be spreading.
That is what you were doing. That is what you were doing. You need to either address those emotions or give up on the relationship. There's not really another choice. And there's no reason to say that anger's more abusive or less okay than sadness, right? Does that make sense? I really hope that does make sense. Like, you know, you need to feel angry too. Like, it will protect you. When things are
you need to be
hurting
angry,
you, and you need to
guys.
stand up for yourself, and there's like shame or just like social pressures in the way, anger is the thing that will push you past those barriers. Anger is the thing that will protect you. I promise you, you need to feel it sometimes. And I genuinely believe this pressure towards discouraging anger is oftentimes just a mechanism of allowing oppressors to oppress people, because if you're not angry, how are you gonna fucking...
I also, this is like my favorite thing that a lot of people do, is where they try to put every interpersonal like conflict or whatever into like the prism of fucking like structural oppression. Like, you and your girlfriend having a fight literally is the same thing, if you think about it, of like the colonialization of the Congo. If you think about it, like, your wife not taking out the garbage is actually like kind of scarily akin to the genocide in Gaza. Like, if you think about it, like, I think that's so fucking annoying. Like, why can't you just talk about what's happening? Why are we doing this in particular? Like, I don't know. Really, if you think about it, the argument that we're having right now has very strong parallels to the disappearance of the Roanoke colony. If you think about it, you know, it's systemic oppression, really, is what's happening right now. That's what's happening right now.
can fight your oppressors. How are you going to change the world if you're not fucking angry?
Dude, your partner is your oppressor, and you should fight them based.
About how fucked up it is right now. You should be angry.
Fucking really unnerving video, especially near to the end of that point. It's like anger in a community or in like a marginalized people is totally different to anger in a one-on-one relationship. But in all aspects of life, anger is like a fire. You can either heat your house up or burn your house down. Like, you need to be able to control that shit. You can't just be fucking yelling at people willy-nilly. When you can control it though, and when it is like a healthy amount of anger, then yeah, it can be a decent tool to sort of propel your life forwards, or, you know, achieve your ambitions maybe. You just can't let it take you over. It's a fireplace. Or you could maybe describe it as a potent spice, like cumin. A bit of cumin just makes the full madamas. It is the best.
Of course, the British person picks cumin as like the spicy spice, not habanero. Not any other. Cumin. That's the spice. You guys, my Anglophobia, guys, my Anglophobic altar is about to front. Help!
Dip in the wall with a bit of cumin, but if you put too much, fucking horror. It's like anger. That. Don't let it spoil the dish. Let it make it. Don't let it burn your house down. Let it heat it on a cold winter's day.
Sweet pea. So one of the hardest parts of letting go of my ex is that I know that they're going to build up the story in their head about how terrible of a person I am and how I was the...
We're priming. I love this. You guys are probably going to hear something about my bitch ex-wife, but it's certainly not true because she's an evil bitch and she just makes stuff up. So if you see anything about my evil bitch ex-wife saying anything negative about me, like, she's just really upset about the way that the relationship ended. So, and I really didn't do anything. So, just so you guys are aware.
Cause of all the problems in our relationship. And I don't know, when I spent so much time and effort trying to help them grow, and I really do think that their main problem is that they never examine how they're the cause of the problems in their life. You know, they always put it on something or someone else instead of examining what they did to cause their problems. But now they're going to turn...
Shut up, Glenn. I'm dyslexic. Shut up.
Around and turn me into the bad guy, you know, shirk responsibility once again, and that really hurts because, like, as much as it hurts to lose them and have them not support me, it hurts even more to feel like a failure again.
I want to hear the partner's perspective on all of this, to be honest with you. Like, when you're talking about how the partner is not going to accept responsibility and shift blame onto you, and then also say you deserve to be held responsible if you're getting fucking abused. It's like, it doesn't paint the prettiest picture in my opinion. I'm not making any accusations here regarding this relationship. The future ones, absolutely, but we have, you know, evidence of those ones. This one here is just a...
DZ, are you here? DZ, are you here? Please respond. Please respond, not clickbait. Yeah, cumin, who knows? I don't know. I'm always thinking about Queeman. Love him. My best friend Queeman, right?
picture that looks a little bit shit. So they've dropped a bucket of brown paint on it.
I feel like I've spent my entire life trying to help the people around me grow and accept how they've been part
so
of the
much
damage
time
around them.
I've put in so much work. I haven't taken a day off since 2001, you guys, since 2001. I haven't taken a day off, and what do I get in return? What do I get in return? This is what I get in return, you guys. After all the hard work, the tireless nights, staying up. Oh, terrible. I have a lot of best friends. Everybody on the internet is actually my best friend. We're best friends for life. It's true. Oh, Victor. Good to see you, dude. That's Victor Burns, right? Right? Victor Burns? Right? Did you rebrand? Am I thinking of the same person? Victor Burns. Is this the same person? It is indeed. Yes, okay. This is Victor Burns. Sorry, you rebranded, so I was like, who the fuck is this? What's up, bud? I hope that you're doing well. Yeah, I don't care. That's kind of my opinion. My opinion on it. The Burn Man. Good to see you, dude. I hope that you're doing well. You know, it is what it is, bro. It is what it is.
Like, they've been part of the problem, even the majority of the problem some of the time, or maybe even a lot of the time. I don't know. I'm not one to judge that necessarily. I know I could be better. I could always be better. But I really just don't like it when people demonize me to make themselves sit in this little stasis bubble where they don't have to grow at all and examine what they did to cause the problems in their life. Just, it makes me so sad.
That's very sad.
Yeah, this really will not age well when you guys come to learn what kind of person Anastasia is.
Hey, Sweet Pea. So neither arguments nor criticism are inherently bad, and in fact, both of them are necessary parts of healthy relationships. You can't really assert your needs without arguing some of the time and criticizing some things. Like, an argument is just a disagreement that you have to come to some sort of conclusion about, some sort of compromise. If you dislike avocados, I like avocados, so we disagree about that. But that's fine. We can coexist perfectly fine, having different opinions about how delicious avocados are. But if we have to plan a dinner and have to decide if we're going to get avocados at the store, we need to come to some sort of conclusion. We need to have an argument about whether or not we're going to get avocados.
So I feel like this one's not too bad in terms of advice, but I also feel as though it's the most obvious fucking thing in the world. Like, anytime she actually tries to talk about something with like a slight bit of nuance, it's just insanely dangerous in my opinion. But this bit of advice here, it's like, well, fucking yes. Do people think that everyone in relationships just agree with each other 100% of the time? Those relationships usually aren't the ones that last.
Well, and then it's like, everybody is gonna hurt you, but it's worth finding the one worth suffering for. Like, there's a difference between arguing, like, over stuff or whatever, and then just, like, fucking screaming at your partner when over something that, like, really isn't that important. Or even if it is important, why is that your conflict resolution skill? Is, like, screaming at the top of your fucking lungs? Like, yeah, I understand, obviously. I think everybody's had an argument over something they care about where they're very passionate, and maybe you raise your voice or you yell or whatever, but, like, screaming at your partner is, like, that's a little bit different, right? Like, everybody has natural, like, breaking points or whatever where they're gonna get loud or get upset or get defensive or whatever. But that's different than, like, having an argument, and every time you have an argument, you're like, and then another thing, you fucking lying whore! It's like, we need to relax a little bit. We need to relax. We need to take a little break. Girly pop. Let's go into Jam for the 2. Hey, Sweet Pea, let me in! Everybody witness, please. Witness. Do you guys know if the trailer for Evil Dead Burn is out yet? Dead Burn trailer. I'm gonna be like, I keep getting baited by, like, there's concept trailers. I don't want the concept trailer. There was apparently a teaser trailer. Concept. This is the original. Is it this one? This one doesn't say concept. Is it this one? I'm gonna be so pissed if this isn't it. Okay, this one looks legit. This one looks legit. I think this one might be legit. I'm not quite sure. Because a lot of this imagery doesn't look like it's from other movies. No, this has to be concept art. No, it's concept art. Fuck! Dude, somebody told me that there was like a teaser trailer that they put out. Did this one? No, these are all concepts. These fucking... If it was on anything, it would be on IMDb. Oh my goodness. Let's see. We've got Starshine. Welcome, Mamacita. And then we have Rose Weaver for the big gifted 5. Double witness, guys. How generous. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you. Everybody witness, please. Like, it would be on IMDb, wouldn't it? Sorry, I'm going to keep looking for this. We can keep going. Sorry.
Actually, because it means that they're not being honest with each other. There's no way you can agree all the time. Anyone who's been alive for more than 2 days knows that. Here's another one that I feel as though is a little worrying.
Hey, sweet pea. So sometimes when I tell people I need a romantic relationship in order to feel fulfilled, they go, oh my gosh, you shouldn't need a romantic relationship. You should just want that. You should work on yourself until you don't need people anymore. But the reality is, a romantic relationship is like the main thing I want in life. You know, I want to find someone who's willing to spend their life with me so I can share my entire life with them, and they can share their entire life with me. That's my main goal in life. So if I don't find the main thing I'm looking for, I'm not exactly going to feel fulfilled in life, am I? You know, does that make sense? And no, I'm not jumping in.
You shouldn't, like, there's nothing wrong with wanting relationships or, like, desiring interpersonal relationships, but the advice, like, the general advice that you should be comfortable with who you are alone is generally good advice, because people, unlike, like, everything is... Replaceable is the wrong word, but, like, everything... Nothing is permanent, everything is temporary. The blanket that you love and you go to bed with every single night is going to fray and decay over time to the point where you can't sleep with it anymore. The person that you love and trust and want to do everything with in your life is a human being and also has complex needs and wants and all this other shit, right? Like, you may grow apart from that person. That person may die. You know, that person may fall terminally ill. Like, things like that, right? You should never put, like, your emotional well-being in things and objects. You should always want to do that for yourself, right? You should always want to do that for yourself. Love Yourself by Ruby.
Into any old relationship just because I'm afraid to be alone. I'm very self-reliant, and I've been alone for quite a while, despite the fact that a lot of people are very interested in me. I'm still alone because I'm not just jumping.
Guys, I'm still single, but I don't know why, because I'm such a hot commodity these days. I'm such a catch. I can't understand it.
Into any relationship that doesn't.
And then you can't really see. I mean, it's hard for me to zoom in. But like, her pupils are fucking. Ka-chow! They're like, you know, wah. That's her pupils right now. Like, her pupils are absolutely fucking blasted. Fucking blasted, bro. And what does that? Stimulants. I'm using stimulants.
Change the fact that I will never feel fulfilled unless I get the main thing I'm looking for, which happens to be a committed, loving, healthy, romantic relationship. And it's weird that you keep projecting that that's an unhealthy thing for me to want.
I guess it depends on the definition of need. Like, if you need a romantic relationship because you can't pay your bills and you want a partner to sort of help you out with that, then yeah, it's not healthy, because you are a lot more likely to just sort of jump in a relationship with any old arsehole who has money. But if your definition of need is like, I'm completely self-sustaining, I have everything that I possibly could need to live a comfortable life, I just yearn for that sort of connection to be able to...
Oh, DZ, you're here. I was asking to see if you were here earlier. Did you watch Relly and Queeman fight last night? Is that worth watching? Please respond yes or no, not clickbait.
Share my life with someone else. That's different, I feel. But either way, it's bullshit. Like, this is the type of person who will just jump into a relationship with any old fucker. Her first victim, which we'll talk about later on in this video, was someone who they met on Instagram comments. She wanted a hug in a TikTok video, and someone responded being like, I can give you a hug, and then they met, and she got very angry because said person did not want to be in a relationship with them. So if that's all it takes to, you know, start a relationship with this lassie, then I don't really know what else constitutes jumping into relationships without, you know, thinking about it too much.
Hey gorgeous, so this is me letting you know that I appreciate it when you view me in a sexual way. I'm a sexual creature, and when you appreciate my body, I love that. So long as you can see.
I'm uncomfortable with the energy that we've created in the studio this afternoon, guys. I don't like. I don't like.
See me as a human outside of any sexual desirability I may or may not have. You absolutely have my permission to fantasize about me. You beautiful creature. Go have fun, yeah?
Kittens, you you totally have my permission to Kim your possible to me. Yeah, this is awful. This is same girl. Same.
Could you fucking imagine if I made a video like this? I think I would lose 500,000 subscribers, and I'm only at 300. I would be the first channel to have negative subscribers. So this great video here, by the way. I love you. Consent is hot. Bear that in mind, by the way. Consent being hot later on in the video. Bear that in mind. Okay, now, here's where the real sort of drama starts, right? It starts with her getting kicked out of her mother's house, which leads to her being homeless and sort of going from homeless to moving in with her partner in a caravan or something. It all makes sense when we get into it, but first, let's go over the details of why she was kicked out of said house.
I used to live with her, or I did up until today, but today she kicked me out because the house was too messy for her, and she has OCD that she's been ignoring for years, so any amount
okay, this is the bomb. This is the bomb.
Too messy for her. Any hissy
history of people living there within recent memory is too messy for her, and I, live in the house. Not to mention...
For all my old people in chat, does anybody remember when Riley Grace Rashong tried to argue that somebody, like, fantasizing about you is a deontological violation of your consent and, like, a morally condemnable action? Does anybody remember? Anybody? Anybody? Good times.
We were a little sad about our dog dying, so I got a little depressed and maybe didn't clean as much as I should have. But just to be clear, she was gone for like 4 or 5 months and came back entitled with a vengeance, like, this is my fucking house, and if you dare exist in it, I'ma fucking be a bitch about it. So my mother broke into my room to yell at me at 10 in the morning before I had woken up. And I'm a 25-year-old, I'm sexually active, there was a person in my bed at the time, and yet she still broke into my room.
Dude, fucking at your mom's house is crazy work. Fucking at your mom's house, that's crazy work, dude. First of all, at 25, time to leave the nest, okay? It's time. It's time to move on to bigger and better things, okay? We're a little too old to be living with mom, I think, okay? Second of all, fucking in mom's house, crazy work, dude. Crazy work. Like, again, does nobody have anxiety anymore? Am I the only person alive that has anxiety? Me? I wouldn't dream of it. I'd be mortified. I would be mortified. Ugh.
To yell at me, so I was, needless to say, very, very upset, and I screamed at her to get out of my room, which is very reasonable under the circumstances, frankly, and I screamed at her until she got out of my room. She then immediately called the cops and said that I made her fear for her life.
Okay, first of all, why is she telling the story? She always does this, actually. She talks as though she's constantly reading a slam poem. I just sat there like, oh, what's the rhyme gonna be? But there's never any rhyme. It's like she's just sort of...
Yeah, her cadence, somebody said it I think it was one of the first times that we watched Lexity. Somebody mind melted with me. It's like Johnny Depp's Willy Wonka. Like, that's how she talks. That's her cadence. It's very interesting. Is it not? It's very interesting. Her inflections, the way that she speaks, very interesting.
Of speaking in prose, but poetic prose. In terms of this story in particular, I mean, if everything is as she says, then it's not exactly ideal, I suppose, but I highly doubt that everything is exactly as she is saying. There are a lot of videos that we'll look at after this where she sort of retells. She has a habit of sort of contradicting herself, which you will see in this video, and making things up, and, telling stories differently every time that she tells them in a way that sounds more convenient to her in that moment in time. So this one in particular, it's like she's sort of phrasing the mess as though it's not that really big a deal, it's whatever, right? But at the end of the day, it is your mum's house, it is her house, and if the mess is fucking unbearable, then you are a 25-year-old, and you should find your own place. Obviously, if the mess genuinely was, like, completely fine, and there wasn't really anything going on, then kicking you out is a little scum, from your mother for sure. I'm not really gonna say anything decisive in terms of that whole thing, because I don't know, but by the end of this whole series of events, I hope that you sort of understand Anastasia the same way that I do, which is extremely untrustworthy, and it brings a lot of the stuff that she says about anything into question, especially when other people are the villains in her story, because every time she has done that I can tell, she has been the actual villain. Which is a trend, by the way, in anyone that tells stories where they're never the villain. Like, if everyone in your life is the villain, is the person who is doing wrong, and the only common denominator in all those stories...
Dude, true. This is so crazy. Somebody who's, like, very wise and handsome and, like, really smart and actually super funny, you guys will never believe it, and very tall as well, mind you, often says, like, if everywhere that you go smells like shit, check your shoes, right? Like, if everybody else is always wrong and you're never wrong, there's a reason. If there's a reason that everybody has a negative perception of you everywhere that you go, that's probably, like, kind of your fucking problem, right? Like, if everywhere that I go, everybody's like, oh, here's Malcolm, the guy that smells like dog shit. What's up, dog shit, Malcolm? It's stinky dog shit, oh my god. If that happens to be every single fucking place I go, I think it's time for me to maybe, like, look and see if I stepped in dog shit, because maybe, if everybody, and obviously, like, appeal to consensus, everybody else thinks this, I should think that too. That's different. The direct comparison here is that if every single person that you engage with seems to be this evil person that's out to ruin your fucking life and kill you and destroy your world, if every single person that you encounter is that, it's time to maybe look inward a little bit, okay? If everybody has this perception of you, you need to evaluate if that's something that you give a fuck about. If it's something that you give a fuck about, which obviously we do because we make endless amounts of fucking TikTok reels about it, we decide whether we care or not, and then we change accordingly, right? Like, it's so crazy. Again, I will once again recommend the book Insight by Tasha Eurek. It's an incredible book. It's so good. It's so wonderful. It's so helpful, okay? It's the idea that we are our own person, and sometimes we get stuck in our own heads, okay? We answer questions in ways that are not congruent with reality because we have our own unique perception of events. I think everybody fucking hates me, oh my god, wow! Maybe that's not actually true, okay? That's why you consult insight, okay? You get insight from other people around you, because regardless of who you are as a person, the way that other people perceive you and view you is a reflection of who you are presenting to them, and that might not match with who you feel you actually are. If you feel like you're a really nice person, but everybody says that you're a huge fucking asshole without missing a beat, every person's like, no, actually, you're like the meanest fucking person alive. There's something misaligned there, and you may need to take in outside information to be able to determine, what am I doing that makes everybody think that I'm evil. I wonder why that is. I wonder what I am doing to give people that impression. And then you can say, it's because I kick everybody that I meet in the shins. That's probably why they think that I'm... Okay. I don't want people to think that I'm mean because I think I'm a nice person. And in order to meet that expectation that others have of me, I'm going to stop kicking people in the fucking shins every time that I see them. Very simple, very simple. Okay, write that down. Really important.
Is that you are involved with all those people. Maybe, just maybe, you are the one constant here that is doing wrong. Not to say that they're all completely innocent, but neither are you. I mean, it's like you say, to be fair, clearly you are responsible for being kicked out. So look within yourself and see what you've done wrong for your mum to flip out on you and kick you out like that. See how it doesn't really work? Because I'd be willing to bet anything that you would say that you're not responsible for getting kicked out or whatever. I think you'd say that it's all on her.
Which is ridiculous, frankly, unless you need to be in my room to live. I don't think I made you fear for your life. And frankly, if you break into my space...
Dude, it's true. I actually live with Ted Bundy, but his room is over there. So it's fine. He's in his room. I'm over here. We're safe. We're good. There's no harm. There's no harm. There's no threat of harm. His space, my space. He kills bitches over there. I tell silly little jokes over here. Totally fine. Pure equilibrium. Nothing wrong in the universe. Completely true. Based.
I don't feel bad about making you fear for your life. You know what happens when you corner an animal? Any animal. Yeah, like, I don't feel bad about protecting myself. Nor have I ever.
You don't feel bad for making your mum fear for her life when she went into a room.
You guys, I don't care if you guys are watching Lio stream, but we're not gonna do like this gay cross-pollination. Lio can come and talk to me like an adult, or he can keep being like a giant fat fucking coward and like hide in his mind palace. That's completely fine. I don't care. But we're not gonna do this gay like running over here and then running back over here and then running over here and then running back over here. Lio knows that I'm streaming. He knows that I am more than ready, eager, and willing to discuss any of the grievances that he has at any point. At any time, he is welcome to call in, okay? The little yapper that's down here on the stream, guys, the little yapper, that means that I'm in Discord, okay? That means that I'm happy to chat at any given opportunity, okay? And I would like to make it abundantly clear that I have never once ran from a confrontation, especially regarding this, okay? So if Lio wants to come and talk to me, his fat ass knows where I am. If he wants to sit there and crash out and stream to a pack of literal 15-year-olds about drama that he wasn't even involved in, he's more than happy to do so, but we're not playing this gay telephone shit, okay? That's what I don't care about, is I don't care about telephone. We can just sack up and have the conversation, or we cannot. Those are our options moving forward, okay? Those are our options moving forward, so I don't want to see this, like, gay shit going back and forth. I mean, he knows that I'm streaming. If he doesn't, I mean, he's more than welcome to check his tabs, his YouTube live. Maybe he needs a gentle reminder. I don't know. I did say in his live chat that I am streaming, so if he does want to talk, we can. I'm more than happy to. Ready, willing, and able. Ready, willing, and able. Okay, but we're not going to do this gay shit running back and forth. We're not going to do that, okay? So, yeah, call-ins are open. But, I mean, it is also important, you guys. It is also important that we're liking the stream. That is true. That is true. That, compliment sandwich here. Okay, compliment sandwich. One thing that we can improve on, one thing that we did good was bringing to the attention of everybody here that the likes are lacking, which means that we need to be cranking those fucking likes, okay, you guys? Boost me in the algorithm. It puts a big fat fucking smile on my face, okay, the same way that Lio's eyes light up when he sees Little Caesars pizzas on sale, okay? Very important that we're doing this, okay? Also, it's free, okay? It's free, all right? You guys are also welcome to join the Discord. That's free. Right now, like, the authentication bot or something is down. It's, like, not this server thing. It's, like, the actual bot itself is, like, fucked up or something. So as long as you're not a shithead and you can wait patiently, you guys will get your roles eventually. But the Discord is free. And if you hate free shit, you can always buy memberships or gift memberships. We are doing members-only Subnautica, okay? Which is, I'm actually quite enjoying it. It's very cathartic for me. It's very peaceful to, like, swim around and build shit. I know that it's not going to be like that forever. But right now, I'm very zen about the whole thing, okay? And then if you don't want to do that, you can always gift super chats, okay? And I will read them for you, and you can give me money, and that makes me also very happy. And you can also check out my merch, because guess what? Your parents would love nothing more than a lovable but intellectually disabled sweatshirt to wear out and about in the community. They would love nothing more. Your parents would jump for joy in opening that box, okay? They'd be very fucking happy, okay? So, yeah, okay. And then ending on another compliment, last compliment. I like that you're here instead of there. I hope you enjoy your compliment sandwich. Very good. Let's continue.
Room of her house. Yeah, the same way that a mother probably shouldn't kick out their kid even if they are 25 years old for seemingly no reason. A daughter also probably shouldn't feel fucking glee when their mum is fearing for their life at the hands of them.
Have I ever? I actually have diagnosed CPTSD because my father was abusive. So people breaking into a space that I consider mine is not something that you can do without me going into a fucking fury, which she knows because she's my mother and she's been around me for years. So
really important question. And I don't know this. I don't know. I feel like, and please don't take this the wrong way, okay? I feel like I'm one of the only Lexity historians. Like, I would consider Riley Rigby, and myself to be a Lexity historian. She's very niche. She is a very niche cow, okay? I don't know if she ever paid rent when she was living with her mom. Because that would change my opinion of this, because I would say, like, yes, you have a right to your own space if you're paying rent somewhere, but if you're fucking freeloading, dude, then fuck off, okay? If you're freeloading somewhere, that's basically not even your space. You're a guest, okay? Like, if you stay the night at somebody's house and you stay in, like, their office or something and they need to get into their office to get something and you're like, oh, my private house! Like, you're a guest, okay? Like, that's their space, okay? They can do whatever the fuck they want to in their spaces or whatever. Like, within reason, obviously. I'm not saying, like, kill bitches in your apartment or whatever, but you know what I mean? Like, if we're paying rent, obviously I think that would come with an expectation of a little bit more privacy and a little bit more independence. But if we're like fucking freeloading, it's like, okay, I don't care, get good. Like, get your fucking money up. I don't know what to say, right?
Either she's intentionally...
I do have a playlist for her. Do I? Yes, I do have a Lexity playlist here. What I need to do is I need to put all these links in the Discord, because I put like a lot of the videos and the VODs and stuff in playlists, mostly because I don't like it clogging up my YouTube page or whatever. So this is the Lexity playlist. I need to put all of these in, I should put all these in stream chat, because I have the VODs in there and everything, right? I have all those in there. But when you have like the playlist and shit, or like the live streams or whatever, it like fucks it up where it looks weird. Like if somebody like clicks, excuse me, like for example, if you go to Xander Hall's YouTube channel right now, the front page of it is like really fucked up because there's like 10 playlists, there's VODs, there's live streams, there's membership, there's prepared. It's like a little messy. It's a little messy. My playlist tab is privated, or it's not privated, excuse me, it's unlisted. So I'm going to put all the links in the stream chat. So like I said, the Discord bot is being kind of a butthole right now. But in Discord, I'm going to put all the playlists and then I'm going to pin it to the top. Just because it like makes my, like if you click on it looks ugly. It looks ugly to me. So that's why I have them all unlisted. So here we go.
Ignoring my PTSD triggers, or she's so stupid that she refuses to understand that going into the room of a sexually active 25-year-old isn't okay. And neither of those things are cool. The thing that is the worst about this is that nobody believes me when I tell them that my mother is abusive and manipulative, right? They always doubt me. They always think that I'm the one being ridiculous. Like, they always believe me if I say my dad's abusive, but if I say my mom's abusive, they go, oh, you're just being ridiculous. And it took me so much longer to understand that she was being abusive because so many people were just minimizing my thoughts because they perceived me as AMAB for a long time, being mad at my mom, and now just because they perceive me being mad at my mom, and mom can't do anything bad, they're moms, they're amazing heroes. Like, fuck no, they're evil bastards.
And then this is like the other thing that a lot of actually insane people do, is they always categorize people as like good or bad, like by virtue of what they are. Like, oh, well, obviously, like, I'm trans, so therefore I'm always evil, like, all the fucking time. And it's like, sure, like, there are like certain individuals that will always like code you as a bad person because you're trans or whatever the fuck, but that doesn't mean that is like a true categorization that everybody has. Like, there are certainly people that hate all trans people. Those people certainly exist. But by saying, like, because I am trans, therefore I am hated by everybody by virtue of being trans, like, categorizing things like that is really fucking stupid. But yes, ACAB does include bedtimes and moms. I completely agree.
A lot of the time. Just because she's a fucking white woman doesn't mean she's a good person.
Not a white
People seem to think that I need to be grateful for her for taking care of me, but the only reason she ever took care of me is if it gave her some sort of control over me, and if I denied her that control, she immediately stopped taking care of me. Like now. So no, I don't need to be grateful for her means of controlling me. No, I don't.
I mean,
bro, you're fucking 25 years old. Like, sorry, at some point, it's not your job's mom to, like, fucking take care of you. I don't know what to say. Like, that is life, I suppose? That's kind of life. You're old enough where your mom doesn't need to take care of you at that point, right?
All could be true in terms of, like, you know, the mother being abusive or whatever. Again, I'm not going to make any definitive statements there because I don't know what was going on in her life from childhood or, you know, up until 25, anything like that. For all I know, this mother could have absolutely been abusive, and if they were, then me sort of discounting this story as fake and, you know, a lie would be really rude. It'd be an arsehole thing for me to do because I'm sure their feelings here are totally valid, and I'm sure maybe their mum isn't the best of fucking people. Who knows, right? Totally. I will say, though, it is definitely worth questioning, like, how much responsibility is there on your mother to take care of you when you are 25 years old and still living under her roof rent-free? That's not to say that she should completely fucking disown you and stop, you know, like, almost as though you're not even there or you're not her daughter. But, you know, she can't coddle you the same way that she would when you were a child. And I don't know if this is controversial at all, but unless you're helping out in that household, unless you're cleaning up every now and then, unless you're helping out with the rent, you sort of have to follow her rules. Like, if you're not playing any part in maintaining that household as a 25-year grown adult now, then I don't think you can just go around completely disregarding everything she says and not paying any respect in terms of, like, the rules that she has set out for that. Obviously, that is, like, there's reason to that. Like, I don't mean to be unreasonable here. There is a limit to the rules that can be set by, you know, a decent person. And if she really is this abusive, manipulative arsehole, then none of what I'm saying really matters anyway, but it is just food for thought.
Hey, check out this flail I made. So it's got 9 strands with 3 blood knots on each strand, and then it has this much recipe to get down to 3.
Guys, are you, like, so Coomer brained that at some point or another in your life you were like, boy, I can't wait to make like at-home DIY like BDSM whips and shit. Like, have you guys ever been so coon-brained? Ever been so coon-brained? Dude, come on, please. When we're making our own like BDSM sex toys at home, come on.
3 strings for a braid, then it's wrapped around a hickory drumstick. It was a really fun to tie. I wanted to make something piratey.
Piratey?
Tying.
Arr, matey.
So this is
Arr, matey. Ye like that, don't ye? Arr. Do you like me plank? I'm gonna fucking kill myself.
is relatively near to the time where she got kicked out, and yeah, there's not really a huge mess there at all. Like, it's a tad messy, but not enough to kick your daughter out over. This one's a lot closer to her being kicked out. Yeah, a lot messier for sure. And if she is the one causing this mess purely and refusing to clean up after herself, and the mother is genuinely being, like, you know, completely clean, then yeah, you sort of need to grow the fuck up, and kicking you out isn't, you know, the most unreasonable thing in the world. Obviously, if what she claims is true and they were both contributing to the mess, then it's a different story. But if this is all her, and she's refusing to fucking clean it, then yeah, you gotta get a grip. What is this video, by the way? Redone handle.
Hey, sweet pea, check out this whip I made. Isn't it cool? This one's not for use on humans because it's...
Check out this whip that I made. Oh, what in the Black Panther shit is this? Oh my fucking god, I'm afraid! I'm afraid! Like, that activated my fight or flight. Like, could you imagine this bitch, like, chasing you down a dark alleyway with, like, a cat of nine tails? Holy shit. Dude.
Actually scary. Like, hand wrap handle, barrel lanyard, 4-string braid, and then just 2 meters tied into the end of that. People keep asking me to show them how I make these things, but the problem with that is that I have no idea what they're gonna look like until they're already done. Like, I just make them up.
Oh my god! Dude, imagine, like just casually, like, walking down the street and you glance over and you can see into somebody's, like, living room, like, their window is open. You're not, like, being weird. You're just, like, walking your dog and you're like, oh, it looks like the Smiths are home. And then you see somebody in the living room, like, whoosh, and you're just like, do I call someone about this? Do I call somebody about this? What do I do about this? How do I continue on with my day when I just saw somebody doing, like, fucking medieval punishments in their fucking living room? I would crash the fuck out, dude. I would crash the fuck out, dude. Like, listen, I try not to be, like, super woke, okay, you guys? I try not to be super woke, but I will say that I think that one of the hobbies that white people should never, ever, ever do is, like, whip cracking. Like, maybe that's just, like, me being, like, super SJW and super woke. But whenever you come across a white person who's like, yeah, I love cracking whips, you're kind of like, oh, I don't think that you are allowed to do that anymore. I think that we're not allowed to do that anymore. I think that that's bad. I think that you should get, like, a different hobby. I think than collecting and cracking whips. I think that we don't really... That's, like... We're not allowed to do that one anymore, guys. We're all done with that one. You know what I mean?
So I've been thinking about showing you guys some, like, not fundamentals so that you can make them up. But that's a little difficult because I don't really know what to show you. But at some point...
Okay. I'm turning that video off because it feels motivated.
I'm laughing because I'm uncomfortable.
Racially. That has triggered some deep within, like, instilled emotion out of me that I've never felt before. I can't even lie, like, my stomach is dropped. Like, I genuinely feel as though, like, a distant ancestor has heard the fucking cracks of a whip by a white person and gone, Jesse, run! You need to fucking run! You guys think I'm being dramatic?
This is like the plot of Jordan Peele's Get Out, true.
Comedic purposes. I'm not even joking you. Like, fuck me. I'm in fight or flight mode.
If you're a parent and your kids hate you, it is your fault entirely. Kids are pure empty vessels, and if you made them hate you, it's because you raised them so improperly.
Okay, but have you considered, Your Honor, that the child has bad vibes? Very important question. But no, like, I think that, like, by a general rule of thumb, I agree with this blanketly, of course, is, like, if you are a parent with an estranged child, I would say probably, like, 85 to 90% of the time, that has a lot to do with the parent, I would say. But there are circumstances where, like, the child is actually the problem, right? Like, if you, like, I'm trying to think of it, like, if you have a kid and your kid ends up being, like, a fucking serial killer or something, and you don't want anything to do with your kid, okay, that makes sense. Maybe your kid is, like, a drug addict, and your kid, you know, has broken your trust so many times, like, in and out of rehab, unable to take accountability, like, continues to relapse, things like that. Maybe you don't feel like you can continue to enable this lifestyle, so you cut him off. Okay, that's one thing as well. Or maybe even, like, your adult kid, like, grows up and is, like, actually, like, a huge fucking asshole. Like, these are scenarios that aren't outside of the realm of possibility, in my opinion, but they're pretty small, right? Like, they're pretty small. Like, very, very rarely do you meet somebody who has an estranged adult child, and the parent didn't do fucking anything, and it's all the kid, right? That almost never. So, on the face value, I agree with this, but we do know, obviously, that Lexity was being a proper trollop in her mother's home, rent-free, I assume, as well.
or you're such a bad person that they do hate you. It's your fault, I promise you.
Again, this trend of sort of shifting the blame, like no matter what happens, if she hates someone, it's never her again, what did you say earlier about you having to accept that you are responsible for what like, other people do to you, no matter how abusive it is or what emotion is being used to abuse you? And now you're sat here going, no, it's all your fault actually, not me at all. Seems as though you only need to hold yourself responsible when it's someone that you are affecting and not the other way around.
I got kicked out of my house without 30 days notice, and the way my mother did that is by going to a judge and saying that she was afraid for her life. And apparently, if you're just enough of a Karen, it doesn't matter if there's like a reason for you to be afraid, you just have to say you're afraid. Would you like to see a cop threaten my life to my partner?
Is there any weapons in that room?
Nothing.
I won't have to shoot anybody, but I will if I have to.
That's fucking insane, to be fair.
That's like the most American fucking video I've ever seen. I don't want to fucking kill you, but I will if I have to. That's so American coded. That's so American coded. Let's get a sovereign citizen video as a palate cleanser before I have to go piss girl again. Let's get some sovereign citizen videos. There's a couple that are my favorite. Give me a good one here. If there's a sovereign citizen arrest video, you guys, I've seen it, okay? There's a really good one that I like. Let's do body cam footage arrests. There's one in particular that I'm thinking of. It's like a couple that has like their car in a driveway. It's like parked in like the middle of the fucking street. And they like won't move the car. And the cops are like, if you don't move your car, like we're gonna tow your car. And they're like, no, you're not. And then they're like sitting and standing on top of the car. They won't let the, and in the time that this takes, the tow truck comes. Like they're arguing with this cop for so long, and he's like, you have until the tow truck gets here to move the fuck out of the way or move your car, or I'm gonna tow your truck and take you to jail. And it's like a 20-minute fucking conversation. And then so finally they arrest them because they won't get the fuck out of the middle of the fucking street. And it's like, yeah, I would have arrested you a long time ago. This one's good. This one's 47 minutes long, but this is one of my favorite ones. This is a guy that won't leave the doctor's office.
Get up and act like a grown man and get up and walk out. Right?
Put your hands behind your back and get against the.
Oh, where's the old man one in the doctor's office? That's the one that I want. Hang on. Where's the one with the old man in the doc? Oh, it's this one. This one's awesome.
Out of it after being told specifically that I could come here.
Okay.
I had a heart procedure, and they're trying to figure out if this is healthy or not.
Okay.
And I play guitar, so I have to play the guitar so that we can see.
I see.
Okay?
So you made
And I told them, and they said, fine, you can.
Hang on. I hate when it does this where it won't let me.
Somebody, apparently I wasn't playing the rap music they like or whatever, but they decided that they wanted to make an issue out of it after being told specifically that I could come here.
Okay.
I had a heart
So they're asking him to leave, and then like look at how long this is. So we're right now at 3 minutes and 22 seconds, and then we get all the way up here. So they're arguing with this guy for like fucking ever. And they keep telling him, they're like, if you don't get up and leave, they're going to trespass you. And if you don't leave, we're going to have to arrest you because it's private property. You can't be here after they've asked you to leave. And then look at this guy. He lays on the fucking floor. Look at him.
Yes, because I had a cardiac event last week. You can see my chest just pounding and pounding and pounding.
Okay.
I need a few minutes.
A few minutes? We've been here for like 10 minutes, bitch.
15 minutes outside. You need to leave this building now.
Okay. Drag me out.
Nobody's dragging you. Get up and act like a grown up. Act like a grown man and get up and walk.
And then so they finally fucking arrest him, and he flips out.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Come over.
Like, yes, I totally understand you guys, the problematic existence of, you know, policing and the institutional prejudice and bias that the policing system has against all kinds of different marginalized people. I completely understand. Every once in a while, okay, there is some bitch that deserves to get fucking tased, okay? I see videos like this and I'm like, tase them. Tase them. I get so mad watching these videos because it's like 20 fucking minutes of the cop being like, okay, Jessica, I need you to leave the building. They're asking you to leave. This is a private business. They're not going to serve you. I need you to leave. And if you can't leave, then we'll issue a criminal trespass, and then we will have to arrest you for trespassing. And they argue with it for like 30 fucking minutes. They're like, please leave. We don't want to arrest you. Please. It's so much paperwork. Jessica, I'm begging you. I was off the clock 30 minutes ago. Jessica, please. I don't want to do this paperwork. And then Jessica finally gets arrested, and she's like, oh my God, stop. Oh my God, my right. I'm fucking leaving. It's awesome. It's awesome. Like, every time that I watch these videos, I'm like, back the blue, baby. Back the blue, baby. Red, white, and blue. These colors don't fucking run. Like, sovereign citizen people make me love the police. Suddenly, I'm like, Suddenly blue lives matter? Suddenly blue lives matter, guys? That's crazy. I can't believe you would say that. That's so insane. Like, I hate sovereign citizens. I hate all these bitches because they're so dumb. Like, I understand that a lot of people are oppositional to, you know, authority or whatever, but if a cop says you need to leave or I'm going to arrest you, that's called a natural consequence. That's called a natural consequence if you don't leave and you get fucking arrested. It was the same thing, and I'll use the other side of the coin here. January 6th, Ashley Babbitt, they were like, stop or we're going to shoot, stop or we're going to shoot, stop or we're going to shoot, stop or we're going to shoot. And then she still kept going. And so what did they do? They shot her. And it's like, well, geez, dumb fuck. I wonder if somebody let her know that if she kept doing that, she was going to get shot. I wonder if somebody said that. That's so weird. Like, my empathy, like, drains to zero when people are like, if you do not do this, then you're going to be arrested. And then they argue about it for like 30 fucking minutes. And then the cop's like, okay, like, I'm done arguing with you. Come on, it's time to go. You're going to jail. And they're like, wait! It's like, you had like 20 fucking minutes to like get your shit together. Like, I don't know what to say. Oh, it drives me crazy. I love sovereign citizen arrest videos, you guys. They're so important to me. They're so important to me. Okay, quick go piss girl, and then let's watch some more Lexity content. Everybody behave. I'll be back in just a moment, okay?
betrayed my brother, my own flesh and blood. Everlasting light.
Rise, spirits.
Okay, guys, here's the question of the year. Does anybody like grapefruit flavored shit? Anybody like grapefruit flavored shit? Say that 10 times fast. I keep getting these like sparkling water packs at Costco, but they're like the mixed packs of sparkling water, and there's like, I think there's 10 or 15 grapefruit ones, and I hate them. They're so gross. And so they just sit there and look at me really sad, like, please drink me. And it makes me upset. It makes me upset. I don't like that it's the variety pack. I want to just be able to get the flavors that I want. I don't want to have to get the flavors that I don't want. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, you guys? It's really upsetting to me. Really upsetting to me. I'm just going to say it. All right, before we continue, I have noticed, you guys, that there are approximately 100 free-loading bitches in chat right now, which is completely unacceptable, in my opinion. And I find it to be disgusting, honestly, and you're basically abusing me. I'm not even going to lie. It's very abusive that you have not liked the stream. I consider that to be abuse, truthfully. I thought better of you, and I think that my mom was right about you guys, to be completely honest with you. It's very fucked up, if you ask me. So make sure that we're liking the stream, guys. Make sure that we're doing our civic duty and liking the stream, because it's faux free, and it makes me really happy, okay? It makes me really happy. You guys can also always join the Discord, and your patience is appreciated while the bot is broken. I will get to you when I have time. And then I also will remind everybody that you can traumatize your family with Malcolm merch for Christmas this year, which I'm sure that they will love greatly. All right, guys. With that out of the way, let's continue.
Fair to her. What the fuck is going on in America? Like, that's so fucked up from the officer.
Not even like knocking or anything, because my mother gave them permission, so they didn't need a warrant or anything at all. They just walked in, came up the stairs, pointed a gun at me, and told me I had 20 minutes to pack up everything I needed to go, and that I was never allowed to come back to my house, or at least not until I fought the restraining order in court.
I mean, to be fair, just to play devil's advocate a little bit, you know, I know the devil has enough advocates, you guys, but if you're a cop and you get called to like a domestic violence situation, it's kind of like, yeah, I don't know if you have any weapons or like what even is going on here. So like, if you go and you pack up your shit and you come out here with like a fucking gun, I'm sure that's a concern. I'm sure that they see crazy shit all the time. So I could understand. I guess I could understand, but you know, I totally understand. We shouldn't just be like threatening to shoot people as a police officer. That's kind of crazy. But I do get, if you get called for like domestic violence and somebody needs to leave, that they're probably anticipating the worst. And given that later, now that we have the gift of hindsight, we know that Lexity was arrested for physically assaulting another person during a domestic violence call. So, I mean, it seems like that fear was probably warranted.
So now I have to go to court to fight a restraining order filled with lies about me, which is absolutely infuriating, because I don't even want to talk to my mom anymore. She's fully dead to me. I'm going no contact after this. She's abusive, and she has ruined my entire childhood, and I'm not going to let her ruin my entire life. But I apparently still have to go to court and say that I want to be around her for some reason. Well, for the reason of just picking up my shit from the house that I used to live in.
I don't know how true this is, though. Like, you definitely would, or really should be allowed to get your stuff from your house. Like, I have heard stories from Americans who have been kicked out of their parents' house, and, like, you know, the police get involved and everything like that, and the parents have gone, well, you can't fucking get anything from them, and the police are, well, it is their house, so as the kid, you can't go into the house if they don't want you to, and then the kid will go like, okay, but I need to get my wallet with my ID and stuff, and the parent will go like, no, it's my house, you can't, and the police officer will go like, no, they can get that is theirs, they need that. So I don't know how true everything being said here is. I mean, that video definitely does make me believe her a little bit more, I can't fucking lie, like, that is fucking policeman. Crazy. What the fuck did the mum tell them on the phone? See,
The average British mind cannot comprehend the American police. They can't comprehend it at all. It's very funny to me. Like, anybody who's not American is like, they can just like kill you, and it's like, yeah, that's why you just like, do whatever they say. Even if you didn't do it, you just listen. You just listen, yeah, because they can just like break your fucking arm. And then they get like paid leave for like 3 weeks, and then they're back to break somebody else's. So you just kind of have to. It truly is a monopoly on state violence. Yes, correct.
Has a lot of validity, to be fair, because whatever the fuck the mum said to them, for them to come in that hostile, or maybe they're just fucking insane. Like, I genuinely have no idea here. That's why I'm not going to make any substantive claims.
I hope you're having a lovely evening. I am safe. I am a little bit north of Coos Bay in Oregon. I drove all day. I think I kind of like the escape of driving. We'll have to make sure not to get too into that. I don't know if it's necessarily always the most productive thing to do. But I need to get over to Eugene, I think, because the thing that's most on my mind right now is I can't get my phone to charge
Eugene.
properly. I think my car might need a new battery, and I need my phone to be charged because, well, TikTok and also accessing my bank accounts and contacting people is just like a whole can of worms I do not want to open, like not being able to charge my phone. Plus, if it is my battery that is the problem in my car, then I might end up on the side of the road with my car not working and my phone uncharged.
So this is another allegation that is alleged. I don't think that anybody has any evidence of this, at least from what I've seen. But so the story goes is that after she was kicked out of her mom's house, she was in, I think it was like a Kia, I don't know, a little shit kicker car. Okay, and you can see here that she's in the shit kicker car. She's not in her van. So that she had this little shit kicker car, and then she made a post on either Instagram or TikTok, and she was like, "Who wants a free car?" Kind of odd. And when somebody came to get the car, she didn't have the title for it, which is usually an indication that the car is stolen. Obviously, I don't think there were any charges brought forth about this. It's, to my understanding, just like, 1 + 1 = 2. If for anybody who doesn't like have a car or isn't going to buy a car or whatever, the title is like a deed of ownership. And so if I have a car and I'm selling my car to Mr. Mollusk, okay, I have to have the title and I have to sign the ownership over to Mr. Mollusk. That way, if Mr. Mollusk gets like pulled over or whatever, the car is registered to Mr. Mollusk. And if you don't have the title to the vehicle, that's usually an indication that the vehicle has been stolen, because there's no reason that you should not have the title for a vehicle that you own. That makes sense. Okay, write that down. Important.
And that would be a little dangerous and uncomfortable. And I would very much not like to be in that situation. So we're going to drive over to Eugene.
And also, who gives away a car for fucking free? Also, just a quick, who gives away a fucking car? That's kind of crazy, no?
And try and solve this problem as quick as possible. I love you. I hope you're having a wonderful, safe day.
I love you guys.
I am doing good.
Okay, so this is the sort of start of the homeless arc. Obviously, they've been kicked out now. They've got this restraining order. They don't even want to see their fucking mum anyway, which is probably, to be honest, totally reasonable. Seems as though they're both very troubled people. Here's a wee update, though, on her living situation. She gets like a cheap motel room for a little bit, but it was at this time where, obviously, because of the lack of home that they have, they started visiting their partner very often, because their partner, obviously, has a place to stay. And this is where the infamous dog comes over every now and then to say hello. And I think this is the first instance where she does some undeniably fucking manic and insane behaviors.
Hey, sweet, just I'm not too sure what I'm supposed to do if a dog keeps choosing to come over here rather than be at its owners, because this dog, this big guy out here, really seems to love it here. Now, I can try and get him back to the neighbor's house where he comes
from. You guys, but the dog consented for me to be its owner. The dog has chosen.
But he certainly doesn't like going there.
The dog picked me. The dog chose me. The dog loves me. Okay, so it's mine.
Seems a bit skinny, although he responds better to praise than food, which is, well, I don't know, makes me like him, but is worrisome. If the owners come over here and try and take him back, well, he doesn't want to go with them. He seems to really dislike them, which I don't like. And I'm not trying to steal anyone's dog, nor am I trying to start problems with my neighbors.
Well, obviously, we did
look
end up doing that.
I would not like to see him hurt, and he seems like it.
For one, the dog doesn't look that skinny. Fair enough, it might not look the healthiest of weights, but it's not, fucking famished or anything like that. Secondly, though, the door is fucking closed. How is the dog going to escape? Like, there is no escape route for him or her. But shit goes south here very, very quickly, because we learn that she is one of those people who thinks they have this special connection with nature and wildlife and animals, and that
Guys, the dog, as an empath, I can sense that the dog trusts me, and therefore it should be my dog. Thanks.
Anyone else who surrounds this animal is just scaring them and doesn't know what they're doing. She, and she alone, knows how to feed and talk and
Bro, it's like she's fucking Cinderella and she can talk to the dog. The dog said yes.
Around dogs and sheep and cattle.
I never really got closure with any of my dogs. Like, the first dog I lost was named Flash, and he assaulted a child. Aggressive dog. Well, reactive dog.
Oh, this is a new this is a new clip. The first dog that I lost assaulted someone. The dog be, what the dog doing? What the dog doing? What the dog doing, guys?
And that was a very traumatic memory for me, but he also had to be put down, and nobody really warned me that that was what was going to happen, and I didn't get to say goodbye to him, so I didn't really get any closure there. And then after that, our family dog, Shadow, who was like my only emotional support at the time, because he was the only one who I felt like I could be fully honest with, ended up just like
the only one I could only be honest with my dog? This is new content. I have not seen this content before. The only person that I felt really understood me was, Buster. Buddy was the only one that really ever listened and didn't judge, Sympathy.
wandering off and dying or being put down, I'm not sure, but he just disappeared one day, and then later my dad told me that he died, probably, and I never got closure there either. Then we had Dakota, which was my sister's dog, but then my sister, like, ended up not taking care of him, so he became my dad's dog, but my dad's super unempathetic, so I was playing with him most of the time. This is when I was in high school.
Yeah, the dad is not an empath, so the dad cannot peer into the dog's soul and see the dog's intentions.
So he was kind of my dog, but not really my dog. But then when I left my dad's house, because my dad was abusive, so I left there in a hurry, I never really got to say goodbye to that dog. And I would have liked to. I loved that dog. I've never really gotten closure with any of the important dogs in my life, and recently there was this dog that kept coming over to the property I was staying at and saying hi and loving on me, and it was this beautiful, sweet dog with snowy white eyes and, you know, like gray on brown fur.
This is like the way that this is like missed connection ads in Craigslist. I saw you at the 7-Eleven on 3rd Street. Your etnies were so white and crisp, polished and uncreased. The way that your Cookie Monster pajama pants fell so eloquently around your bodacious curves made my heart skip a beat. I felt like a small child, playing hooky from school and watching my favorite show, Sesame Street. I noticed that your extra small Aeropostale top sat so comfortably along your stunning and striking frame as your twisted Timu dreads fell just so eloquently and framing your face like Da Vinci framed the Mona Lisa. You dropped one of your hot Cheetos as you were pumping gas into your broken down Ford Taurus. And I said to you, "Be careful now. Those aren't cheap." And you turned around to me and you said, "What the fuck is your problem, bitch? Keep walking." And in that moment, I knew that we were meant to be together. Please respond. Best wishes, Kiefer.
It was gorgeous, and it just wanted love, and I love that dog, and I have been having a hard time feeling any sort of emotional attachment to dogs for many years because I just get hurt.
Guys, it's so hard for me to like find a dog that I can trust. After being hurt so many times by all the other dogs in my life, it's really hard for me to connect with other dogs, you know? I don't think that I'll meet the right one.
And I do get attached to dogs, and this was like the first dog where I was like, maybe I will get attached to it. And I was trying not to get attached to it because it wasn't my dog, it was the neighbor's dog. But the neighbor seemed to be neglecting it. Then I was led to believe that, oh, I might be able to adopt the dog because apparently the neighbor was giving it away. And I got really excited. I named the dog. I was already, you know, really happy to have the dog around, but now I was unashamed of being really happy, so I let myself feel that and got my hopes up. And then they lied to me again and told me that, oh, the owner was threatened by the guy who was giving the dog away and didn't want to have that dog here because it would just cause too many problems. But actually what was happening was the landlord who said that I was not allowed to have the dog was stealing the dog. The dog was never being given away, and he didn't want me to have it because that would cause complications. So I didn't get the dog, and he didn't tell me that, right? Wow. Because if he had told me that, I might have been able to work around that in some way, you know? I mean, if I was going to get kicked off this property, I might as well take the dog with me, but no, instead they took it somewhere else. And they're like, oh, well, we can't even give you their number or anything because the dog's better there. It's like, well, the dog knows me, the dog loved me.
The dog didn't know you, the dog didn't love you.
The dog chose me. You don't understand. The dog chose me. Pick me, choose me, love me. Bork, bork, bork.
It was posted on the 11th of November. The last one was on like the 4th or the 5th or the 6th even, so it's like a week max that the dog's known you and you fed him every now and then. You could just literally pair him up with any old fucker. They can feed him a couple times and he'll be just as attached to them as he was to you. It wasn't your dog. The dog is now being taken and it was rehomed to a loving family, by the way. I'll tell you how I know this later because it has been all confirmed. A loving family with decent living conditions and everything is totally fine. And you're sat there complaining about it because the dog didn't end up with you when you are homeless. It's like, how much can you actually love this dog when you are insisting so brazenly that you should be the one to keep it after feeding it like, what, 5 fucking times?
Guys, I found the perfect image for the thumbnail of this video. Are you guys ready? Everybody, trigger warning, jump scare. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This is awesome. This is fucking awesome. This is going to be the best thumbnail I've ever made. You guys are welcome.
Times and claiming that it's completely infatuated and loves you. It doesn't love. I'm sorry, it's a fucking dog. They love everyone most of the time. Like, this is pure narcissistic insanity from you. You met the dog, you petted it for a couple days, just deal with the fact that someone else who is in a better place can have it. If you really love the dog, then you'd be happy knowing that it was in a good place. It's just one of them situations where, I get it, I understand why you're sad. It's totally fine to be sad or disappointed, but to this level, you gotta get a grip, man. You don't even know the half of what Anastasia did, by the way, when she found out she wasn't getting this dog. We'll get into that now.
Hey, Sweet Pea, so I've had a bit of a rough day. Rough couple days,
actually. Had a really rough day, guys.
Doesn't seem like I can get anything that I'd like. Well, I don't know. Maybe I made a deal with the devil at some point, because I'm successful in a lot of ways recently, and deeply unhappy. Like, I am so unsupported emotionally in my personal life.
The dog is not here to vet my needs. It's really taking a toll on me emotionally that the dog is not here to comfort me in these trying times.
Right now, I was showing a dog earlier in a video that like my neighbor wasn't taking care of it and kept coming over here. I was then talking to some people around here, and I found out that like that dog was up for rehoming. Like they were looking to rehome that dog, and I got my hopes up about adopting that dog because it would be really nice to have something there for me right now. I got kicked out of my house. I'm not doing good. I'm not doing good. I'm not doing good. But my landlord not gonna let me have that dog specifically because the person who's trying to rehome that dog threatened his life, and you know he's gonna take the loudest one side because that's the way it always works. And everyone who lives here is cool with having the dog here. Some of them even want the dog here. Like Steve, this other guy who lives here, wanted the dog here, and the landlord told him no too. The landlord doesn't even live here.
This video was a day after that dog video initially. Or on the same day, even. She said she showed the vid earlier. Like, what, in that day or the day before? It definitely wasn't a long... It's even shorter the amount. It wasn't even a week. It was like 3 days max, anyway.
Dude, fucking speed running getting broken up and abandoned by your dog. That's crazy. What an insane speed run. Within days, you are left brokenhearted. Coming to terms with a broken heart. I guess that sometimes good things fall apart.
Ow, ow, ow. Ow, ow, ow.
What a great song, by the way.
Here's where shit gets, crazy. Here's where you start to understand why I am so unsympathetic towards her. Have a look at this reaction here.
I'm back at the place I used to live, and someone here is trying to gaslight me into thinking the problem with why I lost the dog was that I didn't make it clear enough that I wanted Apollo in my life. But I got kicked out of my home because I made such a big fucking fuss about wanting my goddamn dog back because they stole my motherfucking
goddamn dog!
You need to stop referring to the dog as your dog. It wasn't your dog. It was never your dog. It will never be your dog. You need to be a fucking adult and deal with it. I've never seen someone so angry that a dog that supposedly they love so much is with a loving family who feeds them nicely and treats them well. Before we watch the rest of this video, because they crash out wildly, let's have a look at what their partner said about what actually happened.
Oh, this is what I was thinking about earlier. This is what I was thinking about earlier. Got it.
Describe what happened in the third person almost, so it's going to be a lot more of an honest recounting of how Lexity reacted to this whole fucking dog debacle. I can't find the original video, so just to give credit, I am using Delilah's coverage of Lexity, or Anastasia, whatever you want to call her. So go show Delilah some love. They're a great YouTuber. They make great videos. If you like these ones, then I'm sure you'll love hers as well.
For several times in like the past couple months, a dog has been coming over to the property. This dog has been staying at our other landmate's house occasionally when he can't bring him back over. Occasionally when he did come over and I was outside, I would take him back. Anya, with very little...
Where did I make up that this lady had on a gray beanie? Was there another video that we watched where the lady had a gray beanie? I feel like I'm crashing out, guys. I'm crashing out.
Interaction with this dog would be like, he's really pretty, he doesn't look like he's well loved, can we keep him? I was like, the next time he comes over, when they come to get him, we can ask. He came over, we're hanging out with him, our other landmate came over, she told me that he needs more love, she wants to rehome him for them. I said, oh, Anya wants him. She said, cool, if he's going to be here, he's probably going to need to be tied up because she didn't know Anya was living with me at that time. I said, okay. I went over to Anya, I said, hey, I think they want to rehome the dog. She said, okay. We left and we went dog food. We didn't communicate to Gio that we were for sure going to take the dog that day. We got back, I went to my landlord, I said, hey, Anya's living here now, I wanted to let you know. He said, okay, cool, I heard you had an interaction with the dog, and I said, yeah. He said, I'm bringing the dog to the shelter, and I said, okay, Anya wanted to take him in. He said, not allowed, the neighbor is crazy, and I don't want the dog here because I don't want to cause issues. I said, okay, that makes sense. The guy seems like a dick. So I went over to Anya, I said, hey, can't have the dog here, you're allowed to live here, they're not going to raise our rent, but they can't have the dog here.
Marcella had the hat? Somebody had on like a gray beanie. I don't remember. I can't remember off the top of my head. They all blur together. Like, I hate to be that person, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Like, people that are in, like, polyamorous relationships, they have that look. They all have that look. And I mean that with love in my heart. Like, you can tell that somebody is polyamorous sometimes by the way that they look. And I know that's not, like, the kindest thing to say. I totally understand that, and I know, and I'm sorry. However, I am just saying that, like, they all kind of blend together for me. You know what I mean?
She got upset. I said, it is what it is. Like, we can't change it. That's it. The dog was rehomed. I woke up at 4 a.m. to her screaming at me, telling me I needed to fix the problem, that we needed to be homeless for this dog. Like, how were we going to be homeless? I've been homeless. I didn't want to do it again. I didn't want to lose my safety and security, and, like, we were living in a trailer that has no windows. Like, we can't leave the trailer in the woods. What are we going to do? So I told her, no, I don't want to do that. You need to leave because you're screaming at me. And that's what happened. And the dog got rehomed to a really nice family. If anyone has claim over the dog, it's the other person at our property that actually spent more time with the dog. That dog was more often at his door than ours.
Fucking mental. Like, nutcase. Complete nutcase. Lexity is. Anastasia, whatever. Anya, they call her. The person telling the story, like the person on screen right now, that is what you call a normal, adjusted, well-behaving fucking adult who's realized, oh shit, you know, we wanted the dog, it sucks we can't have him, but it is what it is. It's like, that is such an admirable and normal and just like nice way of viewing the world. It is what it is. We wanted it. We can't have it.
Happens,
it's gonna cause issues. I don't want to lose my home over this fucking dog that we've known for 2 days that realistically, in this fucking trailer park or whatever, isn't even the closest with us, so we'll leave it as it is. So much that we didn't know as well. Apparently, their trailer isn't even the one that the dog went to most of the time. It was one of the other fucking trailers with some bloke who apparently has much more of a connection with the dog. Notice how they didn't freak the fuck
out. Wow, the dog was having an affair? I can't believe that the dog was having an affair. That's actually very upsetting. Does she know that the dog was stepping out on her?
out and start screaming at 4 a.m., causing a fucking scene when the dog got rehomed to a loving family who probably wasn't homeless. Nothing wrong with being homeless, but you just probably shouldn't get a dog. One thing if you have a dog and then you become homeless, but you shouldn't get one whilst you're homeless. And you definitely should not be going homeless for the sake of a dog you've known for about 2 fucking days. And you definitely should not be making your partner go homeless as well for the dog that you claim is yours.
Dude, this is so me-coded. I love this dog so much that we have to be homeless. That's awesome. Like, I think that realistically, one of the things that's important to remember as well is that if you want an animal, like, it's the same thing with people that have kids. And kids are, like, a little bit, you know, obviously animals and kids are different. Like, duh, I fucking get it. But if you are not in a situation to even take care of yourself, why would you take it upon yourself to take care of another living thing? Like, if I can't even afford to feed myself, why the fuck would I get a dog that also needs to be fed? They can't feed itself. It needs to be fed by me, by moi, pour moi, okay? It needs to be fed. So why the fuck would I get a dog? I'm literally homeless, sleeping in a box underneath a fucking bridge. And I'm like, you know what would make this better? More financial constraints and burdens. What a good idea. What a good idea. What a good idea. It's actually my right to own a dog, guys. It's a human right to own dogs, and especially if the dog comes onto you, okay? If the dog comes onto you, it's your right to own it.
I'm weak. I'm fucking weak explaining this all. I'm sure you understand what's wrong with this situation. I don't need to line it out for you. Bottom line is, long story short, Anastasia is fucking insane and incredibly possessive over this dog, when realistically, she has no right to be. I've said it before, I'll say it again. She needs to—
The dog is actually the abuser in this situation, if you really think about it.
Get a fucking grip. She wouldn't agree, though. This is what she has to say about it all.
They promised me I could have a dog because this dog kept following me around and asking for love, and you know what, honestly?
But that's what dogs do. But that is just what dogs do. It's
What's
not
the
your
dog
dog.
doing?
It's fucking insane that she genuinely feels this way. They stole my motherfucking dog! Sorry, lass. You know, you're clearly hurt, but your feelings are invalid, unfortunately. Is this about intimidating energy that she was about to say?
Maybe it's some sort of intimidating energy I have, which I can understand, but I have to initiate all the relationships in my life. You know, that's fine. That's fucking fine, but this—
Okay, so she came onto the dog first, got it. So she does have to initiate the relationship with the dog. Understand.
Dog for once actually fucking wanted me.
Noted.
It was fucking lovely to feel wanted for once. It was amazing. They stole that from me.
Dude, for the first time in my life, I felt love, and it was from this dog! This dog, bro! When you lose the dog of your dreams. That's crazy. That's crazy. President Sunday! Hope that you're well. My favorite Canadian. My favorite person. My best friend. Best friend, President Sunday. Everybody write that down. My very best friend, parasocially. My platonic bestie, my queer platonic bestie, President Sunday. Thank you so much for the raid, my friend. I hope that you are doing well. I hope that you had a great stream. Welcome in, Little Sundays. Welcome in, Little Sundays. I hope that you guys are having a really good Saturday. I hope that you had fun hanging out with President Sunday. Right now, we are watching some coverage of somebody that I've covered in the past named Annie Athena, aka Lexity, and this is kind of, you know, drama slop coverage. That's what I do around here. So if you don't like it, totally understand, but make sure you smash that like button before you take off and head out. If it's not your cup of tea, okay? But we're covering her crash outs. There was a new, like, kind of comprehensive lore video that was made about her, so that's what we're watching right now. We're at the part of the video where she feels that she never, like, knew what love was until she met this stray dog that she couldn't have at her trailer. So that's where we are right now. And Sunday, stop. You know that we can't do this in public? Like, it's private between us. Like, I told you that in confidence. How I felt? Please stop. President Sunday, that was supposed to be special for you and me. Really unfortunate that you would just say that. But anyway, thank you very much, President Sunday. Good to see you, dude. Hope that you're doing well. And guys, make sure that you like the stream. Even if you're not going to stay and hang out and watch the content, feel free to like the stream. It's free. It doesn't hurt. It only helps, which is awesome. We love helping around here. And you guys are welcome to join the Discord if you want. Right now, the fucking moderation bot or some shit is down. I don't know. It's like the authentication bot. You guys can always join the Discord and hang out if you want. I do mostly drama slop coverage, so if you don't like that, I totally understand. It's not everybody's cup of tea. But nonetheless, that's what we're doing right now. I know, I can't believe that President Sunday is home wrecking right now. Oh my god. Babe, please, just give me one more chance. I promise I can change. I promise. Just, I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. No! Please. I can change, I promise. Just give me one more chance. It'll be different this time. Okay, we're gonna continue. Thank you for your service, Mr. President.
Went to the store after they said that this dog was gonna be rehomed and got my hopes up, freaking picked out a name to get shit for the dog. Supplies. You know? Came back, dog was nowhere to be seen. They wouldn't let me have the dog back. You know, I fucking spent all night fighting with my partner because they wouldn't let me be mad at the landlord even. They wouldn't even let me be mad about not being allowed to have my fucking dog.
Probably because it's 4 a.m. and they're trying to fucking sleep,
dog.
and you're waking them up over nothing. The dog's been rehomed at this point. Imagine this being your partner, man. It would be infuriating. Like, you couldn't fucking live with yourself. You definitely couldn't live with them. But this isn't your trailer. You're staying with them. The dog didn't even like you that much, and the reason it did like you to the extent that it did is because it's a friendly dog, and all dogs realistically will do that. The dog loves you the same way that an AI girlfriend loves you. They're basically programmed to like you. Obviously, not really, but you know what I mean. Like, they're friendly creatures. Well, a lot of them.
Yeah, the Discord verification is pretty dumb right now, but obviously, like, within reason, like, most people that are, like, attempting to join are, like, people that have been chatters or whatever. Like, hypothetically, if fucking M. joined the Discord server right now, I'd be like, oh, that's M. right? Like, but anyway, I'm sorry, I don't control the authentication bot. That's not my job. I just work here. Sorry.
You know what I mean. I didn't clarify to you. I'm sure we can all agree that this is just fucking unhinged. And you can see how angry they're getting here, like the genuine fucking irateness in their eyes and their voice. Like, "Ruff, ruff." You can definitely imagine the 4 a.m. scene that her partner had to wake up to, and all the fucking screaming.
Think of all the times that the dogs were screamed at. The dogs are also very traumatized. Are the dogs still screaming?
Have been horrific.
So, like, I spent all night fucking working with that, and eventually I stopped fighting with that and went to sleep, and I woke up and I was fucking really mad about not having my goddamn dog! And that's why I got fucking kicked out! Because I screamed like this.
Me sending a video message to my boss to call out of work. This goddamn dog! I literally was up all night with this goddamn dog! I'm not gonna be at the office today! Karen! The dog! Dude, After's going crazy, dude. After's going crazy.
About wanting my dog back! You know what? And I'm not fucking sorry! I want my goddamn dog!
Yeah, this is like a totally reasonable reason to kick you out of the fucking trailer. If you're
Oh my god. This is... Okay, this is... Do you ever, like, talk shit about somebody and then realize that you do the same thing? Because, like, sometimes when the dogs go out, and if it's, like, raining or snowing or whatever, and then their feet get wet, and then they have to come in and they're in, like, tiny jail because their wet little feet can't be, like, on the bed or on the couch or whatever, and I'm sitting there, and I'm just, like, sad, and they're, like, looking at me, like, through the bars of their enclosure, you know, like the baby gate, and they're like, oh, it looks so cozy and warm in there, and I'm like, I want my goddamn dog! And my wife is like, their feet need to dry, and I'm like, no! No! You don't understand! No one's ever loved me like the dog loves me! It's true. I've done this before. Sorry, I lied. I gaslit everybody. I'm guilty. I want my dog! Sorry. I've done that too. My bad.
reacting this way over a dog that wasn't yours and you have no right to think is yours, then yeah, I don't want to be with you anymore. Get out of my house. Never contact me again. You're fucking unhinged. And this is the thing, like, when she is sat here sort of talking about how she is not to blame for any of this. She's being kicked out for completely unjust reasons. That is why I sort of question just how culpable the mother is for her getting kicked out of the previous household with her mum as well. Like, if she can turn a story so obviously where she is the one at fault completely and utterly into one where she is the one and only victim, and she
Sorry for waking up your cat. Sorry.
Wasn't doing anything wrong, and her partner was the one being the dick when they were being so—
Oh no, she's acutely aware of my behavior. She's acutely aware. I feel like one of these days, like, something terrible is gonna happen. Like, she's gonna think that I'm streaming, and I'm gonna be doing something. Like, I'm gonna be like, I don't know why this would ever happen, but I'd be like cutting like a piece of wood or something in here. I'd have my saw in here, and I like accidentally cut off my fucking arm, and I'm like, ah! And she's like, oh, just streaming things, you know what I mean? That's probably gonna happen. Oh, you know, just Malcolm's just screaming and streaming, nothing that bad, and I'm like bleeding out. I have like one arm. I'm like, oh fuck, my arm! Like, totally normal occurrences happen here all the time. Totally normal occurrences. But you know, this room is actually relatively soundproof. You'd be surprised.
undeservingly reasonable, then what can't she lie about?
Except for when people are blowing leaves for some reason.
Abusers have this tendency to shirk responsibility by placing the blame upon you for how upset you get when they abuse you.
Ah, so you mean the exact thing that you were doing at the start of this video, because you were saying that if you are being abused, you need to accept that you are partially responsible for it. But then all of a sudden, when people do that exact thing to you, it's like a horrible victim blamey thing that no one should ever do. Interesting. That
stole my dog. And
someone stole my dog. Fuck me. This is like crazy. This is genuinely fucking insane.
Not only are they blaming me for being too upset
the dog was kidnapped
about them stealing my dog, but they're also saying that the problem is I didn't communicate. I wanted Apollo in my life, but it cannot be both. It literally—
I wanted that dog in my life. That dog was a very serious part of my life that I knew for 3 days, mind you, 3 days.
not be both. Either I am too upset, or I didn't communicate I wanted Apollo in my life. Or there's some magical fucking sweet spot that everyone has to hit, where they're the right amount of upset to communicate that they want something, but not too upset to communicate that it's too important for it to be given to them. Like, fuck you. Apollo is important to me. You stole my goddamn dog, and if you wouldn't be this upset about someone stealing your dog, you don't fucking love your dog. And if you can't listen to someone because of the way they say something, you're a bad person who just wants to do whatever the fuck you want. Because someone's tone can always be slightly fucking wrong. How about you have a fucking little bit of fucking empathy and realize that maybe I'm goddamn angry because you fucked up. Maybe I'm angry because you did a really bad thing. And when you do bad things to people, they tend to not take them well.
Wow.
And making you feel comfy and cozy is not exactly my highest fucking priority right now. So as much as I'd love to communicate everything in a perfectly healthy way, I'm not super concerned with making you feel fucking great after you stole my goddamn dog. Maybe that should be the issue.
Yeah, sorry Anastasia, but you're a total...
My only criticism so far for Danky Jaboo is we didn't do a good job of setting up the timeline, and then I feel like the clips are a little bit too long. I feel like I don't need like a 2-minute clip to get the essence of this, right? Like I feel like we could have cut down significantly on length. So far, I like the video. I'm not disagreeing that it's a good video, but I do feel like the clips are just a little bit too long. Just my opinion. Just my opinion.
Unhinged fucking arsehole. Like, this is insane. I keep using the same word because, like, genuinely, there aren't enough words in the fucking English language, in the lexicon, to describe how utterly enigmatic they are being. It's disgusting. No, it really is. It is disgusting. Just, like, for her to act like this is grim. Like, there isn't really any justifying it. They're completely delusional. Completely delusional. And it's come at the expense of pretty much everyone in their life, including their partner, who was letting them live with her. And it's this inability to see at any point where they fucked up, where they have maybe got a bit too over-hopeful, where they didn't really have their expectations set realistically. Like, completely unable to accept responsibility in a scenario where responsibility does genuinely need to be accepted. And that's why you can't fucking trust her. Because when someone is this delusionally angry in a situation where they have fucked up royally, I think it brings not only a lot of what they say into question, but also those sort of relationship advice-y videos about how people need to take the blame if they're being abused. Those look a lot worse now that we have this sort of character study-worthy information on her. Like the way she was treating her partner.
Toasty Duckling, I'm a Sunday Raider. Does this person deserve to not have their dog? Well, I'm glad that you asked, Tasty Duckling 5, because this dog is the dog that got away. Right now we have another dog that is, I think it's like a mountain dog hybrid. I think it's like a cattle dog of some sort. It's a big dog. It's a large breed of dog. And the dog currently lives in a van. Doesn't get a lot of outside time because obviously everybody else is a fucking idiot. She knows the dog. The dog does not need exercise or outside time. Obviously the dog is fine, idiot. And the current dog that she has actually is a great tool for her because the dog actually licks her dry when she gets out of the shower. So this dog that we're talking about right now is the dog that got away. So this dog is safe as of now. The other dog right now is the dog that I feel like would probably be better and happier and healthier in a different environment where it didn't literally live in a fucking van. I think if you want to live in a van, I think that you should get like a teacup chihuahua. I don't think that we should be having like a big, like, imagine having a Bernese mountain dog in like a 1-bedroom apartment. Like, I think that's fucked up. I think that's kind of cruel for the dog, right? I think if you have like a bigger breed of dog or a very active breed of dog, you should have space for the dog to be active or like regularly take the dog out for walks or to play or whatever. I think that that's actually probably what you should be doing. I think that it's really fucked up that people that have very small areas of living have big dogs. Like, just get like a wiener dog or something. Get a very small dog. I'm thinking like a Yorkie, a teacup chihuahua, something like that. Get something small. Or like even a cat. Like, cats just kind of like to lay around and sleep all day. Like something that likes that environment. But anyway, this is the dog that got away, to clarify.
Who was allowing her to live with them after she got kicked out. The way that she had the fucking audacity to treat her in her house is disgusting. And she can't even, like, fathom that she did anything wrong there. So, yeah, fuck her, man.
So everybody who's hoping there's going to be a happy ending to the story about my dog getting stolen, I'm afraid to let you down, but there's definitely not going to be a happy ending to that story. The person who stole my dog, I'm not going to give the dog back. Everyone at the property refuses to acknowledge that I have any right to claim that as my dog.
Because you don't have any right to claim it as your dog. Both morally, legally, anything. It's not your dog. I mean, look at where you live right now. You live in a...
We were both young when I first saw you. I closed my eyes and the flashback starts. I'm standing there in the trailer park summer air. See the dog, see his tail wagging. Like, this is literally like the fucking... Like, Katy Perry wrote a song about this dog.
Car. Like, why are you so... The dog would be living in a car. It's not nice, man. Like, I feel like I have to explain it to you like a 6-year-old. There's just nothing about your mindset here that is justifiable or reasonable in any way, shape, or form.
The fact that I asked about the dog multiple times, they said I could have the dog. They were looking for a home for the dog. I was a loving home for the dog that the dog knew. Like, the dog knew me. And
you're not a loving...
The dog knew me and trusted me. The dog chose me.
home for the dog because you don't even have a fucking home. Again, nothing wrong with that, but like, let's call it as it is here. Look at where you are. Look at where you live.
Coming over to where I lived to say hi to me and refused to go back home, you know? Like, where I was its home, but, you know, I have no ownership.
Yeah, because you kept closing the fucking door. The dog was more interested. The dog went over to one of your other neighbors way more often than they went over to you. So why do you feel as though you have the right to feel this special connection with them that warrants you having to keep it?
And they say,
Oh, is there another update that the dog is gone? I just looked on Reddit. Is there a new one? Because I thought the last time I looked on Reddit, like literally 20 minutes ago, the dog was still there. The cat was the one that wasn't there. Check. If I go to new, it's this one right here is the one that I looked at. So this one says, Apollo, the dog is in the van. No sign of the kitten. Apollo got huge and looks like he needs a good bath and brush. And this is from 22 days ago. This is the last update that I have. I think Apollo the dog is still there. The cat is, I don't know where the cat is. She had a cat too for a while.
oh, well, other people that probably had ownership of the dog, except for the fact that they didn't claim ownership of the dog. They didn't name the dog. They didn't spend a bunch of money on supplies for taking care of the dog. You know, the dog was just at the property, at my house, you know, outside of my bedroom.
It wasn't even your house or your bedroom, it was your partner's. I think they have a real issue with claiming things as their own when they have no right to. If it was your house, you couldn't have got kicked out of it.
It was my dog! Okay? Just because you can't handle the idea that you stole someone's dog because you're a dog person, and that's a terrible thing to do, doesn't mean you didn't fucking steal my dog. You stole my fucking dog. You stole my dog. And yeah, I know, that'll make you feel like a terrible person. You are a terrible person. But the problem is I don't really know what to do from here.
Okay, so this is the dog situation. Let's move on to the feeding dogs alcohol. We're gonna move on because we get the dog thing. Well, let's move on.
Oh my, holy, the fuck?
I have no idea what happened to the cat. No idea.
Are you? You suck.
She's eating the dogs. She's eating the cats. In the way that you're imagining. You might think, tasty dog. No. She's thinking in a different way. She's eating the dog.
It's even worse when videos like this start popping up, by the way.
So dogs are opportunistic omnivores, which means they eat pretty much any food they can get their hands on, including rotting fruit, and alcohol is naturally occurring in rotting fruit, which means dogs definitely are exposed to alcohol in the wild on a regular basis. They absolutely can consent to drinking alcohol, and a lot of dogs even very much like alcohol. If they go out and find rotting fruit and eat that because they enjoy alcohol, that's them consenting.
Dogs also really like chocolate, but that will kill them. Just because a dog is, like, dogs are, let's be totally honest, not smart, okay? Dogs eating shit doesn't mean that they're, like, consenting to it. Like, your dog doesn't, like, actively, consciously commit suicide if your dog eats chocolates. Or, like, if your cat eats a lily. Your animal is not actively consenting to suicide. Like, do we have, like, a DNR if the dog eats chocolate? Like, the dog wanted to die, that's why it ate chocolate? Like, this is insane.
Drinking alcohol. And if you spill an alcoholic beverage, and the dog laps up that alcoholic beverage, regardless of if humans are trying to get that dog to do that, and even, perhaps, in spite of humans trying to stop that dog from drinking that beer that you've spilled.
Yeah, I mean, need to remind you, if there wasn't already enough reason for them to not be able to have ownership over this fucking dog, then there you have it, I guess. Dogs eating rotting fruit in the wild cannot be equated to them.
And I'm just, this is my opinion. This is my opinion! My opinion is that anybody that, like, argues in, like, earnest this much about dogs' ability to quote-unquote consent, you're probably fucking the dog. You're probably fucking the dog, I'm just gonna say it. We're probably fucking the dog, I'm just gonna say it.
Having a fucking pint of Guinness. There's alcohol in toothpaste as well. Does that mean that my 2-year-old niece is able to go pub on Sunday? Does that mean that every Muslim who doesn't drink is now consenting to drinking alcohol because they brush their teeth? But that's not even the point here. The point, yes, the dog is technically consenting to drinking alcohol because it is trying to drink the alcohol. But a child can technically consent to, you know, adult activities. They can say, yes, I would like to partake in this activity, but that doesn't mean that they can consent to it, if that makes sense. Of course it makes sense. You're not a fucking creep. It's the same thing with dogs and alcohol. Like, yeah, they can drink it. They can consent to it. But if you're
Guys, have you considered that your child actually just really wants to play with a table saw? Have you considered? Like, obviously they understand it's a saw. Let them play with it. Stop being a hater.
Responsible dog owner in any way, shape, or form, you're not gonna fucking let them drink the alcohol because they will die. I'm sure if you put a bar of chocolate in front of the dog, it'll probably eat that.
That's
as well.
what I said.
Doesn't mean that you should do it. Prince, every time I get ice cream out, my cat Prince, I'll get him out now because he's meowing like a motherfucker. Every time I get a pint of ice cream out.
Thank you. Let's continue.
Need for this video to be made because you wanting so incessantly to make this point that those can consent to drinking alcohol once again does not.
Okay, is there? So I want to see if there's anything more because we have been getting new content in here. But I don't need the yapping in between.
Daniels, are those the supplies that you're talking about?
They can consent to it. Like, you can, but they don't really understand it. You know who else doesn't? 21-year-olds. Or 22-year-olds. You know who else doesn't, anti-Trevor? Anybody who hasn't drunk alcohol before.
Guys, how can you know what it's like to drink alcohol if you've never consumed it before? Really makes you think.
It's choices for humans, choices for pets. Yeah, I know it. Humans get to choose theirs. And humans get to choose if they want to. Yeah, you give horses beer? Of course you do.
You give horses beer? Oh, Bosch! Oh no! Oh no, we're summoning Bosch! Oh no! Oh, fuck! The horse can consent.
Yeah, exactly. Dogs can't speak. I don't care. Dogs don't need to speak to be able to consent to drinking beer. You put the beer on the ground and the dog drinks the beer. The dog consented.
I mean, yeah. The dog consented to committing suicide by eating a bar of chocolate based.
Drinking the beer. I didn't make the dog drink the beer. I spilled the beer. Hell.
Yeah.
That is a fucking false equivalency. Like that's not how any class of drugs work. Go.
It's not a false equivalence. It's the idea that they could do something that's harmful to them and not understand the consequences of, but because they like actively choose to eat it. She also tries to like debate bro stuff, but she sucks at it. One of the other things that she said before was like that I think it was, she said like trans people and black people are the only marginalized classes in America. And somebody like commented on one of her videos and was like, you know, as somebody who's Latino right now in the current political climate, like this is just like really ignorant and not true. And she was like, fuck you, you're not even trans, you don't even know what real struggle is. It's like she tries to debate bro shit and she's not very good at it either. And she also for a while there was talking about what was it, men's rights activism, where it's like obviously men kill women because like look at the way that women treat men. Like obviously it's so hard to be like a nice guy when all the women are bitches and whores. Like obviously duh. It's like
Any pharmacology. Chocolate kills dogs because they lack the ability to process theobromine, so large amounts of theobromine build up in their system and cause them to have a hypertensive crisis.
No, it is present in the case of alcohol. It is. Dogs cannot drink alcohol because they are small. In the same way they cannot eat chocolate because they are small. In the same way they can't, they can't eat sodium, large amounts of sodium because they are small. Horses,
they're small dog.
Probably have a better time drinking alcohol because they're so big. Doesn't mean you should feed your horse alcohol, by the way, just to be clear. I'm just saying they probably have an easier time consuming it. Pour alcohol in a fish tank, oh, they're fucked.
No, I wouldn't give a dog chocolate or an onion. Do you understand how catastrophically different that is?
How catastrophically different,
Also,
guys.
do you understand that dogs don't actually choose to drink themselves to death? And the world goes spinning.
Dogs will literally eat their kibble until their stomachs fucking explode. Like there are some dogs that need that, yes. Like that's what a slow feeder is. Some dogs will eat, make themselves sick, keep eating, and then like fucking die.
I mean, the weirdest part to me is that, she's so actively trying to fucking prove this point. It's like, why do you care so much about proving people wrong in terms of them saying that dogs can't consent to drinking alcohol? Why do you care so much? It's very worrying. And the fact that you know so confidently that they will enjoy it, again, it fucking paints a bad picture. Anyway, let's have a look at her wish list, because she had a wish list while she was homeless. Bear in mind, this is a wish list of things that she is asking to be donated to her because of her homelessness. So you're thinking, right, it's fair enough, maybe some fur keep...
You guys, this is my Amazon wish list. Oh my god. Deggy Jabot is fucking doxing my wish list. I want a grizzly bear hide rug. I want natural beaver fur. I want a camera, a Canon EOS Rebel T7. This is what?
A warm or whatever.
This is mine.
Make some money filming the vlogs, I guess. A little bit excessive for homelessness. Maybe you'd want something a bit...
Guys, I want a bear rug. What the fuck?
More essential, but fine. You can excuse it a little bit. Music, I suppose they like to express themselves musically, but those are fucking expensive, like. And here's where shit gets crazy. These are gonna have to be blood.
Here's where it
Like,
gets
spreader
crazy.
bar, BDSM, creature cocks. You got all this sex toy.
Creature cocks? Oh, you take 700 hits of psychic damage, and you're dead from psychic damage. Dude, I'm so homeless. Guys, please, I'm shaking a cup. Guys, can I please have some, please, sir, can I have some change? And they put a couple of pennies in there, and I'm like, you fucking idiot. I obviously want the Egg Layer 3000 Bad Dragon dildo, you fucking idiot. Take those pennies back.
Stuff, you got this fucking lube over here, and then you just got massive fucking cocks. This one's $100. You can get a dick for $100. I think this is a...
Dude, I think that's awesome. Homeless people deserve dicks. Dicks for the homeless. Dicks for the homeless.
Penis pump over here as well. I've seen one
A
of them
dick pump?
by the way. It was fucking horrific. It terrifying. But also oddly hypnotic. You got like cock rings and chastity cages and strokers and shit. It's like, what is going on here? Your whole...
Okay, I'm moving on. So this is, I'm not gonna watch this part of the video because guess what? I interviewed this girl. So we're not gonna watch this part of the video because you're gonna go and watch my coverage of the video instead, okay? Because I actually interviewed her. So, and look, who's that guy? Oh, I'm in the way. Hang on. Who's this guy? Who's this guy? Who's this guy right here, guys? Look, it's me. Who's that? Who's that? Oh my god, who is she? That's crazy. So, I have the coverage of this interview, but I want to see if Denki Jabot says anything crazy about me, because then, he is ontologically evil, and we can justify any malicious attacks against him as a person.
Spider. You see a spider, and you're scared, right? You get the shock, like, oh fuck, this is horrible. But if you're in a room full of spiders, and they don't do anything to you for hours, you go from scared to almost, like, numb. It's not a nice feeling, but the feeling that she happened there isn't a Marcella, was an interview done by another YouTuber. This is Goddammit Malcolm, I know this person. Yeah, again, to give credit, this is a YouTuber known as Goddammit Malcolm, so go show them some love. And we get some...
Them? Tactical they-theming? Guards, misgendering? Guards, hello?
Guys, come back!
Oh my god, assigned they-them by Denki Jabot. Assigned non-binary. No! Denki Jabot, no! Okay, but anyway, yeah. And I also defended the fuck out of you for the Lewis McClung thing. By the way, you should include that. You should include that I impaled that ginger bitch in your honor. Okay, I did that for you. Alright, I did that for you.
Insane pieces of information here.
His pronouns are they, them.
Such as, Anastasia did not even ask for Marcella's age at any point. Luckily, I think she was of age, but if she wasn't, imagine how fucking bad that would have been. It's just further evidence just of how irresponsible Anastasia actually is as an influencer.
Sight unseen, she didn't know who I was, what I looked like, how old I was.
Wow, look at that fresh haircut, but look at my hair now. Look at this. I did the Lewis McClung, you guys. Look, I'm Lewis McClung. It looks like I have on a 1920s football helmet. Wow, I was so handsome and stunning, and now I'm this. No, the length of my hair was driving me crazy, and instead of like doing the normal thing and being like, I'll go get a haircut, I was like, I'm gonna do it at home. And obviously this is where we are now. So it's gonna be hat season for a little bit, you guys, just for a little bit until it comes back.
She replies to my...
You were before you guys met?
No. She just replied to my comment. She was like, I'm on my way. And it was about 2 hours away.
And she came to you.
Yeah, she came to me. And so she gets here. We call each other and decide what we're going to do. We decide to go get dinner. I'm walking up to her. And this is like a surreal moment because this person on the internet that I've been watching is right here in front of me. And the first thing she says to me is, oh, you're really cute. And I was like, okay, thank you. And then I gave her the hug that she was looking for. And then we went and we sat down. It was a little bit awkward at first. I was kind of like in shock that I was looking at this person across the table. And we were just generally talking. I mean, it felt like first.
Okay, do we have anything else?
I don't think I said much about it at the time.
Doing here, she's making that content with Marcella in mind. Like, I cannot wait for Marcella to see these videos. Kind, normal, with any knowledge of psychology or whatever happened to accountability being great. Not for me, into
from trauma,
and
and
that's
what
get more?
wants to be.
Do I get more compliments?
Like,
I want more
she saw the video I
compliments.
posted, go watch my story. That's
Can I
everything.
get more compliments,
and
please?
not tell people, hey, go sending people after this. And I didn't want something to do with her stuff. And
I want more
got rid of
compliments,
it all.
please.
That's my stuff, and she fucking stole it, the thieving bastard. Turns out the conversation, and I genuinely believe that Marcella has been so reasonable, so kind in this situation that there really isn't anything else she could have done. Like, she's done a great job here. And once again, she should be incredibly proud of herself.
Can I get more
wants her partner
compliments?
to
More compliments?
rely on her in every way
Compliments?
possible. Like, then you have a
Fucking cool, innit? Yo, big up Marcella for watching the channel. That might be too much for you, but if you are watching to this point, big up yourself as well. That's like, I was like,
losing them, you know? And
by the way, maybe just not with you, in an impossible, so not unlikable,
No more
horrible
compliment. I only got one they them. Oh, unbelievable, unbelievable. Anyway, go watch my interview with Marcella. Thanks, Danky Jubo. Assigned non-binary by Danky Jubo. That's awesome. That's awesome, guys. That's super cool. Yeah, I'm excited to see if there's any more updates, honestly, because I don't know. Sometimes she comes back. Guys. He compliments my notes. Oh, that's so thoughtful and kind. Make sure you check out my interview with Marcella. But anyway, the last update on Lexity, the last update was that she was with her partner at the time, and then her and her partner had like some kind of fight. The police were called. Lexity was arrested for assaulting a pregnant woman and then resisting arrest. Lexity then, kind of fucked off for a little bit and then went on, I think it was Instagram Live. I'm pretty sure it was Instagram Live. That's mostly where she hides out now. And said basically that it's all fake, like that wasn't really her arrest record, that wasn't actually her that had that happen. I don't know. And then she fucked off for a while, and then she was back like 2 weeks ago streaming. So I'm hoping that we'll get more Lexity content soon, guys. I'm really hoping that we'll get more Lexity content soon because I really enjoy the Lexity content. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I find it to be quite good. Personally, I like it. I like the Lexity content. But anyway. And then if you guys are looking, I have all of my videos, like topical videos. So in the stream chat in the Discord, there's pinned messages. I have all of the playlists. Like all the Lexity videos are in one place. All the Poppy videos are in one place. All the Lewis videos are in one place. I just have them unlisted because it looks ugly on YouTube. Like if you click on someone's channel and they have a bunch of playlists, it just looks ugly. It's very disorganized. I don't like the way that it looks, okay? So I have all of them. They're just unlisted. So if you go to the Discord and you go to the stream chat and you look at the pinned messages, all the playlists are there. They're neatly organized. And I also have my VODs playlist as well. My VODs don't go away after I stream. They're just unlisted and they're in a playlist. So you can still watch them unless they're like members only VODs or whatever. It's just a nice way to keep everything neat and like well put together because it looks really cluttered and I think it looks ugly and I don't like it. So I just unlist them and they're in a playlist. So you can still watch them. They're just unlisted in a playlist. Okay, you guys can do that if you so desire. Okay, you guys can do that, which is super cool. And then let me check this really quick. Okay, cool. Oh, my chat like lagged. I'm all the way up here. Why am I all the way up here? So, that's kind of the Lexity updates. That's kind of what I got for that. Guys. I don't think that Lio is going to want to talk tonight, which sad, guys. So sad. Very sad. I was hoping that maybe if he was dedicating like 2 hours of his life to bitch about me, that he might be brave enough to talk to me, but obviously I don't think that's the case. How long has Quayman been streaming for? A while, maybe? I guess not. Yeah, Cowardly Lion. Nothing else is new. I'm going to do some editing today and tomorrow, so I'll have some content, edited content for you guys later. I am working on that. I have my little list. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that I will trickle out for you guys, of course. I'm going to go and eat really quick, and then we'll switch over to Subnautica probably like 6:15-ish. We'll start Subnautica. Subnautica is going to be members only, so if you guys aren't members, grab your memberships, and we'll be playing Subnautica for a little bit this evening. Until I am demanded by others in my immediate life and proximity. So we will do that. I'm going to send you guys over to Queeman. Thank you guys for spending the afternoon with me. I appreciate it. You guys were very, very gracious, very generous this afternoon. And shout out to the president, the little prezes that hung out with me. I appreciate you guys sticking around, and I hope that you enjoyed. I will see you guys probably on Monday. I assume on Monday. However, I'll have some edited content. I actually don't know if I'm going to stream on Monday, just because we're kind of getting close to the holidays, and I need to lock in. I've gotten approximately 0 Christmas presents for anybody, so I need to lock in a little bit, but I will post updates in the Discord server when I'm going to stream and what have you, all that other good stuff. But I will see you guys relatively soon, and then I'll come back in about a half an hour for Subnautica, members only. If you guys want to watch me play Subnautica, memberships, okay? That's how you get in there to see that, and we'll do that in about a half an hour after I have something to eat. And oh no, Angel, thank you very much for the 5. The phony Texas tumbleweed is rolling away from any real debate. Everybody witness, please. Yeah, it's super fucking gay because, I mean, we're streaming and dedicating all this time when we could just talk instead. But, you know, whatever. It is what it is. Such is life. C'est la vie, as they say. All right, you guys, I'm sending you guys to Queeman. I love you guys lots. I will see you guys later, alligators. And I hope that everybody has a good rest of their weekend. Hug, hug, kiss, kiss. XOXO Gossip Girl. I'll see you guys shortly for Subnautica. Adios, muchachos.